deep, man. 1918 he started. And can I say, before we really get going,
Yeah.
I got to thank you for having a poor pedestrian like me on. Because, I don't wear a watch and I don't use a washcloth, so Tom would never have me on. I appreciate it. Yeah, Tom
Oh, yeah, does he? Yeah. He doesn't like the pores.
He doesn't
or
like
whatever.
the pores. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
I think we're great people.
Yeah, look, I don't have a washcloth. I probably should have one.
That's what I use. He hates washcloths.
Oh, he hates them?
He hates them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I'll use a washcloth like to get like in here though.
Yeah, right? I mean, how do you get it out?
Get in
how do you
there?
really
I try to using my fingernail and getting it out and then just like putting it like that into the drain or whatever, but I don't think that's enough sometimes. Especially as you get older.
Yeah.
But
good old wet willy.
Yeah, you got it. Doing a wet willy on somebody? Yeah. Yeah, I remember doing.
I'm gonna sneak one up on you later.
Are you really, dude? Just wear a condom, bro.
Oh, I will.
Okay, that's all I'm asking for. I mean, it's the least you could do, dude. The Irish hello,
for sure, man.
Yeah,
it's our first time hanging too, so I'll definitely keep it covered.
Yeah. But dude, thanks. Yeah. So I guess I'm just curious. Like, so what is a carnie? What is the term?
So a carnival, carnival worker.
Okay.
I guess is where it came from, and. So that's what we are. And I know there's all different versions. I know people sometimes think of like somebody that just got out of prison, covered in tattoos, smelling like cabbage, missing a couple fingers, and they think that's a carnie that's working the riot or something like that.
Oh yeah, that Irish deodorant.
Yeah,
baby.
And we carnies don't call them carnies. We call them like 40 milers or green help or something like that. Because like a 40 miler, he's just trying to get onto the road and get 40 miles down the street to the next lot, so you can get out of whatever situation he was in when he joined the carnival.
Okay, so there's different types. So you have actual carnies that are like they've been in there for a while.
Yeah, like their families are out there. They have kids. They raise their kids out there.
And then you got 40 milers.
Yeah, we call them 40 milers.
And those are guys that are just kind of like maybe just got out of doing some time and they're just trying to
get a job and get out of town.
Yep. Just trying to get their feet, just something.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times the carnival will hire folks like that just because they need like a lot of
help. It's tough to find help out there.
Yeah.
People that want to travel and just be out there every day and living at the carnival.
Yeah.
And you're in a different town every week and you don't get much time off. So it's wild.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of similar to comedians because you go to a town or a city for a few days and then you hit the road and you go to somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say like that's like calling like a open micer like a comic is kind of like calling one of those ride guys a carnie is kind of like the same thing.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes good sense, man. And your family's been doing, you said, hundreds of years?
Since 1918. My grandfather started selling cotton candy in 1918.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what brought him into that?
I'm really not sure. He came over from Italy. He was born in 1900. And so he was about 4 or 5 years old, came over on the boat to Ellis Island and all that. And I don't know, he was 18 years old and started selling cotton candy at like street fairs and little things like that. And yeah, it's just kind of how we started and got into it. I actually still have some cotton candy machines that he built, handmade, like wooden frame and like, belt driven, like old school. They obviously don't work, but because they're like all sturdy metal, like, industrial looking, like the ones we use now.
Whirlpool makes them.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, we have.
Yeah, your cotton candy will have a fucking sock in it or whatever. You're like, this is like one of these you're looking at?
Yeah, so we have a couple like that. As they're older, those are kind of like those kind of seem like residential ones that you can kind of like buy for your house.
So your grandfather came over and he started selling cotton. So he started
selling cotton candy, yeah.
He's selling cotton candy and then like what, he just gets a job and he stays like.
He just kept doing it. And then, he had kids and then my father got into it and my father and mother started their own whole carnival business where they started buying rides and games and food and everything. And, we had a whole carnival called Candiano's Amusements, way back before I was born. And then when I was born, they kind of split up and my dad started working for bigger carnivals, like the real big ones that did the big county fairs and state fairs and stuff like that. Yeah. So he started working for a company like that and then ended up working for the biggest one in New England called Fiesta Shows. And so he worked for them up until he died. And so he was kind of like, big shot out there. He ran like food and games and stuff for him out there and was a lot, man.
So what was one of your first jobs in the carnival?
Yeah. Yep.
And so what's the difference between a carnival and a fair? Because we had the fair would come a lot, right?
Yeah, so the fair is
Is it
just
the same thing?
Yeah, it's basically, except the fair is they have like the animals and everything like that. Like you have the whole agricultural part of it, you know, and sometimes they'll have like demolition derbies and and all that, and like the races and all the agricultural, like the pigs.
They
and
had
the cows
definitely,
and all that stuff. So that's what kind of distinguishes it from a fair to a carnival. And they kind of been long running, like up where we are. We have the Topsfield Fair. It's been around for like 150 years or something like that.
Yeah, well, how does that 4-H element fit in? Because that's also a whole different element than the rides and the games.
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of...
You would always, like, I remember we'd always have to walk over to like the livestock shed or whatever. It was like a bomb shelter or whatever that had a bunch of pigs in it and stuff. And you'd have to go over there and
they have the pig races. You ever see those?
yeah, and they'd have like the kids' art, like you'd won like third place or whatever, and it was pretty bad, a lot of it. You're like, Jesus Christ, like they hid it over here behind the goats. You know, it wasn't that great of art, but you'd be able to go over there and like they had like crocheting and a lot of local crafts. But did you guys ever have beef? Was there like a lot of like beef between carnies and the livestock?
Beef was
people?
in the carnivals, between the carnival.
Wow.
Like, so during the spring when we're doing just carnivals, we would split up into like 3 different sections. So you could do 3 cities at the same time. But then when we got to the fairs, we would all get together and then the fights would break out.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Like crazy fights.
So what was a lot of the beef between the people, the workers?
Oh, I'm a first unit. No, you know, you're just a lonely guy from the 3rd unit. Like, you know, you shouldn't be over here, like, with us or partying with us or hanging, you know. They kind of look down on you. Like, it's just like anything else. You know, the 1st unit got all the big rides and the nice stuff. And then the 2nd unit was kind of stepped down.
Oh, yeah.
And then the 3rd unit was like, they got all the shit, all the bad rides, all the bad stuff. So whenever they all teamed up, there was all these beefs going on, like, you know.
Territorial stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. So, like, what was your first job in it?
I think my first, I was probably selling cotton candy. Probably in the floss, we call it a floss stand. And it was the one that did cotton candy, snow cones, popcorn, and candy apples.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and the caramel apples with sprinkles.
I love that, man.
Oh, man.
I
still make caramel apples.
Do you?
Oh, they're so good.
They're so good, man. And people don't think about them that much.
No.
If you ask somebody, what are you thinking about? They never say caramel apples.
Man, that's true.
It just, you know, it's like something you don't hear as much as you wish you should because they're so good when you get them.
They're so good.
Yeah.
They really are.
And was that like, what goes into making cotton candy? Like, what is it?
Sugar and coloring.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Sugar and coloring.
Yeah. And it's honestly not a lot of sugar.
But how does it get the cotton or whatever?
It heats up. So it heats the sugar up, so it like gets real stringy and like fluffs out like that. It goes in the machine, so that head there in the middle spins really fast and it heats up. Some people get crazy with the cotton candy. Have you seen the people that make the animals and stuff with the cotton candy? Oh no, you should check that out.
Oh, really?
Oh, they get crazy. They make all kinds of animals and stuff with the cotton candy to give to the kids. I don't know how they do it. I got a girl that works for me, one of Mitch's bitches.
Yeah?
Yeah, and she wants to start figuring out how to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's what you call them, Mitch's bitches?
I don't call them that. They call themselves that.
Oh, yeah.
So don't cancel me, guys.
No, it could be a union, yeah. Who knows? A lot of these different, there's a lot of different unions now.
Study. Yeah.
My friend is in the pipe fitters union, and he's always yelling about something. But,
yeah, these girls, they call themselves Mitch's bitches.
Huh.
Yeah, they all made shirts that say Mitch's bitches on it. It's pretty wild.
And those are your friends?
Yeah, friends, employees. Yeah. I pretty much hire friends, or they become friends real fast once they start working for me.
Yeah.
Like Sil. Love you, babe.
And so what about this? Bring that back up. Sorry, I'm just trying to learn about this. So cotton candy, it is made by heating and liquefying sugar and spinning it centrifugally through minute holes, causing it to rapidly cool and re-solidify into fine strands. It is often sold at fairs, circuses, carnivals. Wow. Yeah. So you just put some sugar in the hot.
Yeah, and that thing that spins in the middle, you pour sugar in there. And you color the sugar ahead of time.
Okay. And you just start spinning, and next thing you know, it makes cotton candy.
Yeah, it's coming out crazy, and you got your stick, and you're whipping it around.
How fast? How long does it take?
It doesn't take long to fill up a bag.
Wow.
But I don't know if this guy's going to get crazy. Maybe he does. I don't know. I've seen there are some people that really make some intricate stuff with the cotton candy. Yeah, there's a machine. That's just kind of like the one I have, just like that. So that was like my first gig, you know, like there's a picture of me. I was born in the summer. So like as soon as I was born, my mom had me ride out on the road with her. So there's a picture of me sitting by the cotton in my little car seat, sitting up by the cotton candy machine while she's making cotton candy. You know, a month old. Seriously.
So your family was just out there, like.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, what towns was that usually?
Oh man, we did like the Topsfield Fair, the Marshfield Fair out on Cape Cod, the Bangor and Skowhegan Fair up in Maine, Rochester Fair in New Hampshire, Hopkinton Fair in New Hampshire. There was a really big one in Connecticut we did.
Wow.
Yeah. And then in the spring, it was just the spring was always, sometimes you do a lot of the same stuff, but a lot of times it would get switched up. Because like if you didn't do that well the year before or whatever, you know, they would find you another place to go.
Yeah.
You know, and towards the end, I don't do carnivals anymore. I'm still in the business of like selling food and stuff like that, but I don't do carnivals. Because towards the end of when I was doing it, they were still like, we were doing like these closed down strip centers, you know what I mean? Like old Ames and Kmart parking lots where everything's boarded up and we're in the parking lot trying to make nobody's coming. You got like, you know, nobody there.
So this is somebody making cotton candy right here?
Yep.
Is this the machine you're talking about?
Mine's similar to that. I don't know if they have a different speed or a heat. It might be the same, but it does seem like a different consistency than the one I use that I make.
And so what is it? The sugar's in there and it's just spraying it out really hot?
Yep. And it cools off immediately.
Oh, wow. So that's
all cotton candy.
So this is a cotton candy machine right here.
Yep.
Okay, and so the sugar is inside of that.
See that little thing? Yeah, that's spinning super fast right in the middle. It's spinning so fast. You can't even tell it's spinning.
Yeah. And it's just blowing hot sugar
just
out of there?
blowing hot sugar, baby.
Oh, yeah. And now this guy, wow. And this is a Korean guy.
Oh, he's getting down, huh?
Yeah, look at him.
He's going to make an umbrella.
It looks like he's making, like maybe a UFO.
Yeah, something.
Wow.
Yeah, these guys get creative. I don't know how they do it.
So you guys would never do anything like this at the fairs, huh?
No, I didn't even really leave it on sticks that often because I wasn't that good at spinning it because you want it to be like nice and big and fluffy on a stick when you give it to people.
That's true.
And so I wasn't even that great at that. I would always put it in a bag and sell the bagged cotton candy.
Wow, this is unbelievably creative.
Some stuff, yeah. Here we go.
Now, do you get jealous when you see somebody taking it to another level?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I know, me too. It's like when you see somebody that's just that great.
They're crushing it on the stage.
It's like meeting Tim
damn.
Dillon. You're like, damn. I'm just regular cotton candy.
Oh, man. You and Tim were on the same level. Come on. Don't
that guy's so funny.
He is.
Oh, he's so funny to be around. Thank you for saying that. It's nice of you to say that. Okay, so you're working the cotton candy. That's how you get started out. What kind of like groups are at the carnival, at the...
yeah, we definitely say separated.
Okay, what kind of groups are at the carnival? Like, are there, because there's the games, right? There are
the joinies.
What is it?
We call them joinies.
Joinies?
Yep.
And what is that?
The joints, because the trailers, we call them joints.
Okay.
And so they work the joints.
Okay. So they work the games. Those are the joints.
Yep.
And then there's the food.
Yep. And the concessions.
Concessions. And then there's...
And then you got the ride jocks.
Ride jocks.
Yep.
And are those groups kind of like they keep to their own a little bit or what?
Yeah, for the most part. The joinies and concessions will mingle. And, you know, I mingled with everybody, just I knew everybody. But, you know, a lot of times some of the ride guys would mingle with some of the concessions a little bit. And, you know, they would mingle a little bit. But for the most part, they were with their own crews, you know.
Yeah. Did you ever work the rides?
Yeah, I did it all. Cause you know, I was just out there. And when I was a kid, before I even like worked officially, I knew everybody. So I would jump on the ride. Hey, let me run this ride for a little while. Or I would work inside the haunted houses, scaring people when I was like, you know, 12, 13 years old.
Right.
You know, and like they had the walk-in, haunted houses or the ones you ride through. And I would go in there and like scare the people coming through and stuff like that. And, you know, that was always fun. And
why is your family so tied in?
Just for doing it for so long.
Right.
Honestly. And, you know, even before my father, you know, I had my grandfather around the same time, I guess. Well, yeah, he was, I had a great uncle, or was he he was my father's great uncle, I believe, or cousin. And he was already big in the circus business. He was one of the biggest freaks in the world. He was most famous three-legged man, Frank Lentini.
Frank Lentini?
Yep. There he is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He had 3 legs, 4 feet, 2 dicks, 16 toes.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
he had 2 wieners on him?
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
2 peepees.
Dude, I couldn't even... You could serve, dude. You could serve. Yeah, it's almost like a damn soda fountain at that point. You know?
Leg, dick, leg, dick, leg. Like,
you could have urine and then Fanta out of the other one. You know?
It was wild, and they both worked.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And how did y'all know that? Did they write it down somewhere?
Yeah, well, because he was so. Everybody wanted to know, you know? Right. So, like, when he was traveling the freak shows, and he was really well-spoken. They called him, like, the mayor of the freaks because he would go and speak for everybody. Like, when he'd be like, you know, we want more money or we want better working conditions or whatever. He would be the guy that would go talk to everybody. He worked for Ring Lane, Barnum and Bailey. He worked for all the big freak shows and circuses.
Wow. Frank Lentini was born in Sicily in 1881. Yep. He was the fifth of 12 children.
Yeah, and they didn't, his parents didn't really like him that much, gave him to his aunt. Yeah, they were kind of ashamed of him
because he had 3 legs, each of different lengths. Now that's a lot to, you know, because then you're like,
throw at your hip, like that's got to be crazy.
Yeah, it's got to be tough on your joints. A 4th foot that stuck out of one of his knees, 16 fingers, and an extra set of genitals. Wow, running on that spare Jenny, dude, huh? Keep the lights on, bro. His condition was the result of a parasitic twin. Yeah. That was attached to his body at the base of his spine. Wow.
And it was they couldn't take it off because, especially back then, I'm sure but it was too dangerous to try to remove.
He would go on to work with every major circus, including Barnum and Bailey. In his act, he would kick a soccer ball, ride a bike, and skate.
Yeah. He'd kick it out of his 3rd leg, like hold the ball over a football and kick it with his 3rd leg. Yeah.
Oh, bro, that's got to be so incredible, right? Huh? Yeah. Imagine
running and you can just kick somebody with your 3rd leg while you're running.
Dude, imagine you could play footsie with two women under the table. You
like still have an extra leg
in different directions. Yeah, and one extra foot to tap to the music you're listening to. Dude, what a time, brother! His career spanned more than 40 years, and he came to be known as the king in the circus industry for his hard work and presence. He married and had 4 children. Wow,
yeah, all his children came out fine.
He died of lung failure. Damn, you'd think he got one of his legs caught in something. You know what I'm saying? Just the odds. Because every now and then I almost get one of my legs caught in something. Wow, look at that. Zoom in on one of these photos, please.
I love the one on the right where he's got like the one and he's got each other foot on a stool. It's such a trip.
Yeah, it almost looks like no, let's go to the other one that he was talking about. Yeah, is that what you mean? The black and the leather?
Yeah.
Wow, look at those pants. Those pants have to be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, he said he would buy 2 sets of shoes and he would give his 4th shoe, the extra shoe, to a buddy that lost a leg.
Oh.
So they all went to use.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. Yeah, you just don't see that kind of stuff anymore. That's the toughest part about stuff. Wow, unbelievable. Look at that.
Dude, there he is as an old man down there.
Yeah, can we get one more picture of him? Frank Lentini. Oh. I wonder, what would it be like? Imagine this had to be such a flex. So you cross your leg and then you cross the other one over. Bro, people must have thought you were Jordan Peterson no matter what, right? That had to be so wild. Unbelievable. What else?
They used a picture of him on the back of an Alice in Chains album.
Was there?
Yeah, they have a 3-legged dog on the front, and he's the 3-legged man on the back.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, it's actually their best album.
Down in a hole. Is that them?
Yeah.
I'd like to fly, but my wings have been so denied.
You know it.
Dude, that's so incredible. So this is a relative of yours?
Yeah. He was my dad's either great uncle or cousin. I can't remember. I tried to like really narrow it down, but it's so long ago, and my dad's not with us, so I can't ask him anymore.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
It's all right.
23andMe though, they might not even have these kind of.
My brother actually started doing that.
So going back to see
with the 23andMe and he's got the ancestry going on, so he's trying to like put it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried to find out some more information about him through that. I know he had 4 kids. They all came out normal. No parasitic twins there.
Wow. So yeah, being a parasitic twin, can you bring that up for me? First of all, I've always thought twins should have to fight to see who
gets to make the shots, call the
shots. Who gets to stay alive.
Yeah, that's got to be tough.
And I'm not saying that nobody deserves to be alive, but it's just like, because it's kind of crazy when you meet one guy and then you meet, and they're kind of just each half of a guy or whatever. And you're like, what are we doing here? Like, at least you two get together and decide what you want to say and then come tell us. You know,
Exactly.
It's like, because it's a lot of extra kind of like back and forth, you know. A parasitic twin is a type of conjoined twin where one fetus stops developing but remains attached to its twin. Wow. The other twin continues to develop but is usually born with the limbs, organs, or other tissue structures from its parasitic twin still attached. It's a very rare condition. Gosh, dude, imagine too just seeing.
What is that? Sorry.
Oh no, that's another
picture
child.
blew me
Huh?
off, huh?
Oh, that child is. She looks like Tila Tequila a little bit. Can you
I
zoom
can
in on
see
her?
that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But Doja Cat?
I don't know if that's Doja Cat, dude. That's bro, that's fucking hilarious, dude. I don't even know what Doja Cat looks like. I don't know, dude. No, that kid has longer hair than Doja Cat, I think. Yeah, imagine being a parasite. Like, imagine knowing that your brother or something was like a part of you, and now that it's almost like you got to live. It's like nature, like,
Yeah.
you must feel alive. There must be like a lot of responsibility, you know? And then seeing your brother's wiener, if you look at your own wiener and seeing your brother's wiener.
Does that make you gay if you jerk off that wiener?
No, dude, it just makes you a cool brother, I think.
Touche.
Dude, to not polish your brother off once a year or something on,
Yeah, that's kind of rude.
day after Christmas or whatever. It's not rude. I think it's just.
Well, if you don't ever let him come,
yeah.
that is kind of rude.
It's, I bet when you get to heaven, he's going to be like, hey, come on, guy.
36 years and not one nut?
Yeah, brother, I left that thing down there for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Could he took advantage of that?
Yeah, I'm the one who helped you out and gave you the third leg. I gave you a fucking job, you know? That's wild, man. So people like Frank Lentini, what was that group? That group was called, what is it?
Freaks.
Freaks.
Yep.
Okay.
They were the freak show.
The freak shows. Mm-hmm. And that was popular. Did you ever work with that?
So occasionally the carnivals would have freak shows join up with us, but they were all, corner store freaks. They weren't really great. Like we had the rip off of the Lobster Man, and I actually think he was a relative of the original Lobster Man, but he had fake gloves that he would put on to make himself have fake lobster hands.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
that's not real, dude.
No, we had a lot of that.
Yeah. So it was a lot of because they had like the freaks were like the bearded lady. I remember you would hear about. Like the four-titted sister or whatever. They'd always have something, the lispy Jew. Or whatever. They always have something rolling.
The lizard man or something like that. Yeah,
lizard man.
A real-life mermaid was the one. They'd have a girl in a tank with like a fake suit on, acting like she was a real mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The four-shouldered Italian, they'd have that guy.
Yeah.
The smallest horse. I met the world's smallest horse one time.
We used to have that too, yeah.
Tom Thumb is the one that I met.
I don't know the name of the one I had. We had. But yeah, he was at the fairs with the agriculture. He'd be there, he'd pay 50 cents and get to walk up and walk around and see him.
And go in, They had the dollar. I remember they had one dude at the fair in our town. It was like, if you gave him $1, he would tell you if you were fat or not, right?
Yeah, or guess your age or your weight or like stuff like that.
But this dude, I remember you give him $1 and he'd just call you fucking fat.
Oh, really?
And then you just, he was like the fat dollar guy or whatever.
That's a good gig. So I wonder how much money he made.
What the fuck? And you just walk off. You're like, Jesus Christ, dude.
I think he was just out there hustling people.
Yeah, he might not even have worked with the carnival, dude.
So
honestly,
that's a new one.
That guy could have been working different. Here's a couple of them right here. General Tom Thumb. Charles Sherwood Stratton was actually a relative of P.T. Barnum. When Barnum learned of Stratton's dwarfism, he sensed opportunity. Barnum took Stratton under his wing and taught him how to sing, dance, and impersonate famous historical figures. Wow.
Oh, that was the Lobster Boy.
Oh, here's Lobster Boy right here. As shocking as his appearance is, Grady Stiles' real-life story is even more shocking. Stiles' condition was known as ectrodactyly.
I think you got it.
Ectrodactyly, which causes hands and feet to fuse into claws. Yes.
Yeah.
The condition ran in Stiles' family. In fact, he was the 6th generation in his family to have it. His father was already performing in the circus when Grady was born, so he entered circus life early as the Lobster Boy. Wow, huh?
Oh, that was his kid, yeah.
Pinching ass and taking names, huh? That guy. Wow, look at him. And there's a picture right there of Bearded Lady and Lobster Boy. They fell in love.
Oh, that's romantic.
A Valentine's Day love story, huh? Wow.
I wonder what their kids would come out like, huh?
Yeah.
Bearded
Wow.
lobsters.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, it would probably be something, you'd see it like one of those fancy omakase places or whatever, you know. I don't think Benihana would be running that.
It's probably not.
You know, get you a cut of freaking hair lobster, you know. It might be. Who else did they have? Let me see a few more of them. These were all the freaks, right?
Yeah.
Lionel, the lion-faced man. Born Stephen Bibrowski in 1891, Poland. Lionel, the lion-faced man, endured a medical condition known as hypertrichosis, which is commonly associated with werewolf syndrome for obvious reasons. In an odd twist of fate, his mother was convinced the condition was caused by her witnessing his father being mauled by a lion when she was pregnant. Still, that was a coincidence, albeit a crazy coincidence. Wow.
I haven't heard of him.
Unable to handle his appearance any longer, she put him up for adoption when he was 4 years old.
Oh, no.
He was adopted by a German entertainer who put him onto the circus circuit.
See, and he made a life for himself. We need freak shows.
It's true, huh?
That way these freaks can make a living.
Yeah, they don't have, and they had, I remember, what was that thing? They had a dime. I want to think, because they almost had one in the, a dime museum. Can you look that up?
I thought you were talking about somebody that pays a dime museum and freak shows.
From the popular Coney Island amusement park in New York City to traveling circuses and sideshows, exhibits that featured people with physical differences was some sort of the most prevalent attractions in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Wow. Dime museums often featured humans who were considered different for the public to view and experience. Yeah, because I think they had some places where you could pay a dime, I guess was the name, I'm assuming. From 1840 until 1940, freak shows were at their height. Historians typically marked 1840 as the beginning of the freak show era. The museum contained many exhibits of historic artifacts and gaffs. Oh, that was the year P.T. Barnum began the American Museum, a New York City attraction that cost a dime to enter.
There it is.
The museum also housed many people who were considered to be rarities worthy of exhibition. Wow. So you'd have, the people included Tom,
there he is.
A person with dwarfism, the Aztec twins, albinos, and many other living curiosities. Wow. Dude, that's almost like a Deke fraternity somewhere, you know?
It really is.
I mean, it's different, but it's probably similar. So did you ever you crossed paths with some of these guys, but it wasn't like...
Yeah, not like I said, the lobster man, a boy that was with us, I had heard, I didn't really talk to him, that he was a relative of the actual lobster man, but he had fake claws that he would put on. And we actually had one of the last living Munchkin, though, that was out there touring with us at the freak show, is one of the dwarfs. And he was one of the original Munchkins, smoking bongs with him. He'd have to stand up on a picnic table in order to like hit the bong.
Would he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, he was like 70 years old hitting the bong with us.
70?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he was that old. I was young, but I'm pretty sure he was up there.
And he was a little guy?
Yeah, he was in a Munchkin from the original movie.
Wow.
From Wizard of Oz.
He was in Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
You smoked dope with a Wizard of Oz Munchkin?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's incredible, man.
It was pretty wild.
God dang, that's lucky. Yeah, that's crazy, man, because just to be able to get to do something like that, yeah. Wow. I watched that movie a bunch. Jerry Marin, that was the guy. This was one of them. The last surviving adult Munchkin.
Okay, when did he die? What's it say that?
2016.
Okay, yeah, it was probably him. Because he said he was the last one.
Bring up a picture of this dude. Wow. And
He
there
could have
he
been
is right
bullshitting me
there.
though too. I was at the carnival, so he could have been bullshitting me too.
Yeah, he could have been full of shit. It could have just been a little dude trying to fucking get high.
Yeah, well, he
could have been a 7-year-old with a cane trying to fucking
threw a beard
pop
on
a puff.
him.
Yeah.
Somebody put a beard on him.
Look at Jerry Marin right there on Wikipedia. He's huffing. He's got a cigar on him right there. Wow. Oh yeah, that guy. That's beautiful. So the freaks weren't as much of a part of you guys' universe.
Not as much, no.
And now what about the rides? Because I want to go through some of the different stuff because by us, they would have the rides would come, right?
Oh yeah.
The fair would come. We were excited. We lived right down the street from the fairground. So we walk over there And the day before the fair, you could go and for 50 cents, you could get on a ride, but they were just plugging them bitches in.
Yeah, man. And you were the test subjects.
Oh, dude, you would.
Somebody's going flying off.
Oh, the zipper, we go in that. Dude, you remember the zipper?
Zip is my favorite ride.
Oh, bro. I'd get all my money. I'd have saved up my allowance. I would go down there because the day before, because if you went regular day, it was $8 to get in.
Yeah.
We're like, fuck that, dude. You know, I got $2. I'm going in there. I got my quarters in my pockets. Yeah. But the zipper would shake all your money out of your pockets.
They did that on purpose.
Oh, dude, it was horrible. I'd get out. I had no more money. I had to vomit. It was shake. I remember it shook a couple of my teeth, like my baby teeth out or whatever. I was like,
I believe it.
Yeah, you get out. You had no enamel. You had no money.
Yeah, because they could really get it going when they want. They know how to run it, so they could like really get you whipping around and drop it.
It was it was unbelievable. Dude. It literally felt like you'd been put in the garbage disposal.
Yep.
That was a tough ride.
I loved it.
Did you?
Yeah, it was my favorite one.
Really?
Yeah. What was cool though, when I was a kid in school, and you would go on field trips to the fair. I don't know if you guys did that at your school, but we would take field trips to the Topsfield Fair when we were in grade school. But I would skip that day of school, and I would just go to the carnival, the fair with my father, and the rides weren't open yet. They kind of were only there to supposed to be going to the 4-H stuff and all the agricultural stuff. And so I would go over and sneak over grab my friends from their chaperones and bring them over to the rides. And the ride guys would let us all ride the rides while rest of the school was at the 4-H section.
Oh, that's nice.
So it was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, because you were kind of dialed in, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew everybody. They all looked out for me. I was like, oh, it's little Mitch. Like I knew it because I was running around as a little kid. So everybody, knew
And
who
it
I
would
was.
cop you a little bit of drugs or something sometimes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was wild.
Was there drug use out there?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And what were the drugs really? What were some of it? I mean, weed, yeah.
Oh, of course, weed, alcohol. I mean, especially, when we were at the fairs, you're open for so long. Like you close at 11 at night, you got to open at 11 in the morning. So we're crushing beers as fast as we can once we close to get as drunk and as fucked up as fast as we can.
To go to sleep. Or just
if
have
we
fun.
could. Yeah, just have fun.
And were people doing drugs too? Like what kind of uppers are we talking? Cocaine?
Oh,
probably?
yeah. Yeah, plenty of cocaine.
Fuck yeah.
I'll tell you, just to step up though, they have straightened out these days. They drug test and all that shit now. But
bro, if you drug test the guy who's working the fair ride for me, get fucked.
You want a good ride or not?
I want a real ride from a real drug using American. That's what I want.
Yes.
Okay, dude. We would get on the Gravitron, right?
Gravitron was great. We would throw so many parties in that at night.
Bro, one guy we get in there, right? And I remember like that you would get against the thing and it would like slowly move you up the wall and start spinning. And there was a guy in the middle who's like, are you ready to rock? I'm like, who the fuck is he talking to? Right? This guy was always just in his own world, bro. Yeah. And the thing was spinning. And I swear one time this dude got his wiener, like was just showing his wiener to people who were, and he was playing, nice day for a white wedding. And you couldn't even so even though you felt like you were visually being molested or whatever, you couldn't turn your head to look and see if anybody else knew what was going on. So you get off and everybody was just afraid to say, I think we just seen that guy's wiener, to November Rain,
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
And there was some parts of it were nice when they would play some of the ballads in there, but
yeah.
That was harrowing going in there.
Yeah, that ride's pretty crazy. Sometimes the guy would get out. If you got a really wild guy, he would get out and he would come, because how they had
hang on the
and hang on the pole. Yeah, dude, and walk and hang and pull himself around it and go back in while the ride was running. You're like, what is this guy doing?
Yeah, the dude would be he would walk. He could even walk around the thing.
Yeah, you have to hold on to the railing, but he could walk around it. Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah, he kind of was like the guy at the skating rink that kind of was like with the like the dude who would go through and do the backwards skating,
try to show off,
and like skate through your girlfriend's legs or whatever. You're like, who the fuck is this guy? Yeah, it like kind of reminded me of that guy, Oh, here he is right here. This is somebody on a Gravitron. There's somebody trying to sit up on it.
Yeah, he's trying to push it up on his own. Or something. We used to like flip ourselves upside down and be upside down in there against the wall.
Yeah.
You could move all around.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we didn't know. We were too small to do some of this. This is like late teens. Oh, that kid looks about our size.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's standing straight out.
Oh, yeah, this dude vapes.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah,
it was fun. We used to throw a lot of after parties in the Gravitron.
In the Gravitron. Yeah. Take me through some of that. Like, and is it men and women come too or no?
Depend. Yeah, I mean, we had some girls out there working for sure.
Yeah.
Some of the guys were definitely better looking.
Yeah.
But we had some ratchets up in there. I mean, if you're gonna work a ride and travel the carnival, and
especially if it was 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
You got to be a tough chick.
You sure do. And like there was some of them. I mean, this one girl's, they had crazy. This girl had bust a nut on me tattooed on her ankle.
Oh yeah.
Head hoe was another one tattooed on her.
Oh wow.
Yeah, these girls, some of them had the lot lizards tattooed on their feet.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So it was women that were probably just doing their best out there that had been through a lot, probably.
Yeah, I mean, you got good ones too. I'm not gonna lie.
Bust a nut on me is a lot.
That was pretty rough.
Well, it's
I felt like it
when?
was. Yeah, I thought it was sexual harassment every time she walked past me. I was like, she wasn't good looking.
Oh yeah, she was. Well, she's not saying marry me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but still, that's all. Yeah, that seems to be. Yeah, bust. And then what do you even say now that she's married, has a family? What do you even adjust those letters?
Yeah, what could you change that to?
Oh, you could do us, you, me, I think. Bust, if you put the B and T, bust A, take out the A, cover that up. Nut, take out the N and T, just the U.
Yeah.
Us, and then it would be a blank, and then it would be you, just the U, and then nut on me. Take out the on and just me. Yeah. Does that make any sense or not?
Not really, but it's probably still better than bust a nut on me.
Yeah, it would just say you. Oh, it'd say us, you, me.
Yep. Yeah. You can make it work.
I mean, look, I think it'll go over better if you're in the If you're at the grocery market, it's gonna go way better. Because if you're walking over by the cabbage and you get some hella fresh produce on your back,
Yeah, you're like, where's that from? Well, you told me.
Dude, that's the freshest produce they got. Freaking semen, bro. Yeah, take me through like a good party night out there.
Oh, well, the party nights like in the Gravitron, yeah, because they had the sound system in there already.
Oh, yeah.
And you had the walls, so you can get in there and really be able to party and get loud and not bother too many of the bosses. Because, the bosses still stayed out there in their trailers too, so you didn't want to wake them up in the middle of the night and have them come out. You're like, where's everybody? Get in here, bunkhouse, everybody. We open in 3 hours.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And what was the sleeping quarters like?
So, I mean, to be honest with you, my family didn't care where I slept at that point. Like I was 13, 14, just sleeping wherever.
Wow.
Yeah, mostly in games. I'd sleep in the game at night, one of the games.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty wild. Yeah, it was. I mean, I've even slept, wherever sometimes, especially when you're going over the road, like everything's torn down, you got no place to go, you're waiting for your ride. Like I've passed out in the generator box before, just waiting.
And what is that? Just the electrical thing?
Yeah, the giant generators that run everything.
Yeah.
And because everything's packed up and that thing's always open, you got a nice cozy pile of wires you could crawl up on like a cat and pass out for a little bit.
Yeah. Man, it's kind of romantic almost.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, for the most part, when we got a little older,
yeah, were there bunks? So, like, where did everybody sleep?
So they had bunks. The ride guys had bunks.
Okay. So the ride guys operators had bunks.
Yeah, they would put most of those guys up in bunks.
And were they like a trailer? Like what type of bunks?
Yeah, it was just a giant trailer. They would buy they almost looked like one of the, like an 18-wheeler trailer. And they would just turn it into bunk rooms. They would just chop it all up.
Okay.
Some of them, they had some that were built professionally as house trailers. They had those ones too. And it was pretty tough because it was like 2 bunk beds and, you're in there with, and it was tiny. It was like a closet with just 2 beds.
Yeah.
And, that's where they had the games and the joinies were on their own, unless,
What do you mean on their own? Like people would sleep in sleeping bags or people would stay at motels or what?
Yeah, wherever you could. Like if you made enough money to get a motel, you get a motel. If you didn't, you didn't. You'd sleep in a tent or like there was at a point after I stopped staying in the games when I was younger, I ended up bringing a couple of my friends out on the road with me. And so as soon as high school was done for the summer, we'd go out on the road until, school started back up. And so I'd bring a couple of friends with me out there, Doogie, Jay, and we'd set up like our own tent city away from everybody so we could party and not bother anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'd have a nice campfire. We even brought in, we used to travel with a lizard with us too. We always brought him with us. We had a nice little cage for him, and he was our little buddy. And we'd set him up. Yeah, and we just drink. We had all our tents and nice fire going, and we'd party out there.
Couple men and a lizard, bro. It's like the Bible, or you know, like whatever the new Bible they'll write will be.
Yeah, the Carnie Bible.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, it was fun, man. And
yeah,
a lot of people slept in their games.
So that would be it. You just crash in there and they would just pop it back open in the morning?
Yep.
Okay.
Roll your sleeping bag up, put it under the counter.
And what were some of the other rides, man?
Do you remember the Skymaster?
The Skymaster?
Yeah, or they call it the Apollo sometimes. It was two...
yeah, like two like boats it almost looked like.
But they would go upside down, so you were closed in. And they swung like this. They were opposite. They would swing opposite of each other, and then they'd go upside down. And sometimes they would hold you up there.
Yeah.
And hold you while you're upside down. And you could shake it and like shake everybody's money out of their pockets. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Damn, dude,
yeah.
Yeah, this was for the big kids. I don't think I went on this at the time.
Yeah. I used to run that sometimes. So it was really easy to tear down and set up. And sometimes I would run it, and you're in the doghouse, and it's just a remote control, like a little joystick. You get it going, you rock it back and forth until you get enough energy to get it up and around, and you could hold it up there. And you'd hold it and you just shake it a little bit and wiggle it so it would go back and forth a little bit, and you start shaking the money out of their pockets so it all falls down. Although one time there was a bad scene, because you're always supposed to wait till the end of the ride to go pick up the money. Well, a kid who ran it all the time was trying to be a daredevil, and he ran through to get the money while the ride was still while he was up top. Mm-hmm. Ended up getting hit. Oh yeah, it was pretty wild. He lived. He did live.
Wow.
But it was a mess. I wasn't there at that carnival or fair when it happened, but I was at the next one.
And you lose a limb, they put you just right over in a freak show.
Yeah, now you go right to the freak show.
That thing punts you right.
Or you could be in a game after that too, because you can work a game with one arm.
Yeah.
Or in a wheelchair.
Wow. So a guy got damaged up pretty good.
Yeah, he got hit pretty good.
Damn.
It was pretty crazy.
Is that one of the worst accidents you've ever seen out there?
That was probably the worst. Yeah. We were running that skydiver one time, and how you got the shoulder bars that come down? Mm-hmm. It had let go while the girl was in there, but you're caged in still too. But she was flopping around while it was going around. While she was upside down, the shoulder bars came up, and she fell into the cart and
just getting banged around.
Just getting banged around while it was spinning around.
And how long, if somebody's not doing well on a ride, can you shut it down for them? Does it take a few seconds?
Yeah, it'll take, sometimes some take longer than others to slow down and come to a stop. Wow. Yeah. I mean, there was one, the Freak Out. I don't know if you've heard of the Freak Out.
The Freak Out?
Yeah, it's a pretty dope ride now. Now that's my favorite ride, I'd say, out of all of them.
Let me see.
It's kind of like it's an arm, and it's got these other arms that come down, and those spin while it goes back and forth. And you get an awesome sense of weightlessness, almost like a roller coaster, I'd say. Like that first drop. There it is.
Freak Out. Ooh, that's pretty cool looking. Yeah, they didn't have the Freak Out. Oh, so that goes like a pendulum and spins?
And spins, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
dude, I remember, we would get on that swing. One of them was like a swing set you just faced out.
Yeah, the swinger.
Yeah, and it would just, then you would just, people would be vomiting. Like, people would be like standing watching you, and then literally you come around and just splash them, baby. Just dose them up with that tummy skeet, baby, that vomit.
You got to wash up a lot of puke on some of those rides. They get a lot of pukers. We had one, I don't even remember the official name of the ride, but we called it the puke barrel.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, dude. You guys were making shit up.
Yeah, that was the name of it, the puke barrel. I was like, okay, I don't even know the official name.
And what ride caused the most vomit, you think?
The puke barrel.
Really?
Probably. It was it looked like one of those metal 55-gallon drums, those metal like garbage can barrels, but it was huge.
Okay, yeah.
And so it was massive, and say it was on its side, and you go in, it had a sliding door, and you go in, and then there were two seats that people could sit in, circle seats, and those spun like this while the floor rocked back and forth like this, and the outside barrel spun like this with strobe lights going on inside. I mean, who's not going to puke?
Yeah.
It was pretty wild. Yeah, it's good stuff. So we actually owned one of those Candianos, and my mom and dad owned a couple of them. Actually, would have been so. They split up when I was like a year old, so they ended up. I was too young to kind of help with the business, so my mom sold most of the rides by the time I was, a teenager or so. We still had some stuff, kiddie rides and stuff, but we had gotten rid of all. She had gotten rid of all the major rides that she had.
Yeah. Bring that video up. You're going to show us. And now, what do you do when something? What is this? What is this here?
Oh, that looks like the.
What
we
ride
called
is
them
that?
the 1001 Nights. I'm not sure what this version's called, but that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like the whole thing is shaking, so people are going and jumping on the side to like hold it down.
Like hold it, yeah.
Yeah. What do you?
Yeah.
A carnival ride in Traverse City, Michigan, suddenly malfunctioned. What do you do when this kind of thing happens? What do y'all do?
Shut it the F down.
But how do you? I mean, people are trying to save this thing from falling over.
Yeah, they're all trying to get some weight on it.
Is that a realistic approach, you think? Is that safe, or would you tell the people?
I mean,
not?
it could be.
Oh.
Because
that was one of the things about the carnival. You always felt like nobody had your back in a way.
Yeah.
Which was something exciting about it. And deathly alarming. Like,
well, isn't that
and you felt like if you died, they wouldn't tell your parents.
Yeah, we've probably buried some bodies out back.
God.
I mean, in the haunted house, probably some of those bodies in there are probably kids that just never made it out.
Yeah,
no,
so,
but I'll be honest with you though, the carnival rides are a lot safer than probably amusement parks.
Really?
Yeah, because they get inspected every week. So you're getting state inspectors every single week. Every time you set up, they have to come in and give it a go ahead.
So what's the worst accident you've ever seen out there?
So that was, I didn't see the kid get hit by the Skymaster, but that was probably the worst. Although at one fair that I was at Topsfield Fair, I forget the name of the ride, but somebody did come flying out of it, but they didn't die. I wish I could remember the ride.
But they always say those people didn't die, but you never see those people anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Or like they'll be like, Janet didn't die, and they're like, well, then why isn't? Yeah,
where is she?
Yeah.
Oh, she went to Florida. She retired.
Yeah, people. Yeah, she retired. She's 11.
Yeah.
Where did she? So that's just the thing I think sometimes about that kind of stuff that seems like a little bit tricky, man. Where you're
but like I was saying, they they do inspect them a lot more than like your regular music parks that are just set up year round. They only get like 1 or 2 inspections a year.
Oh yeah.
And so, but the carnival, like they have to get state inspected every week, every time you set up in a new place.
So, okay, wow, I did not expect that.
Yeah,
because it seems like they're not even.
You know where the shady part comes in is where like say something breaks or something happens during the week, and then it gets fixed, not up to par
in between inspections. And you just got to have the ride. You got to have it going. You got to make the money.
Yeah, and then so you have your main ride guys. So all the ride foremen have to do a once inspection every day, and they have to fill out a form and say they inspected their ride. But
yeah.
And then you have the ride super who's in charge of all those guys.
And is he? Yeah, but it's like how if they're locked in, cool. If they're not, then it's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could be a ride. Yeah. If I was a ride super dude.
You're like, yeah, okay. You just take the forms. You're like, yep, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah. People ain't going to be, everybody not going to be living if I'm a ride super. To be honest, and no offense to anybody. Okay. So you got the rides. I'm trying to think of the other rides there were.
There was some.
There was like.
You know what we used to do too remember the super slide?
Yeah, super slide was pretty fun with that burlap sack.
Yeah. You know when it's really fun? During the rainstorm and you get a black trash bag.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You don't even touch that bottom hill. You just launched off. Man.
Oh, that's
You
awesome.
got to open up the fence at the bottom of the ride because I've seen people hit that fence so hard.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Go right under it, hit it hard, just get scalped on their way under.
Oh, yeah. They got that fishnet face for the rest of their life.
Oh, yeah. I've seen some crazy
there's
stuff,
nothing
man.
like just, really
After
hitting
hours,
chain link fence.
getting drunk, going down. Sometimes we would just wet it on our own. We'd get a hose and soak the slide and grab a trash bag.
Yeah, that sounds like fun, dude. Would you guys have some fun like that? Like, was there
Oh,
some?
yeah. I mean, there was one crazy party. We were we're all partying. It was like the beginning of the year. It was like the second or third carnival. So we were all like warmed up now. We're like, all right, this is one, because you'd have parties where everybody would party together. Like the ride guys, everybody, food joints, even some of the owners, you know what I mean? Some of the parties once in a while. And so this was like a beginning of the year, like let's have a welcome home party. Everybody's in. And so we're partying all throughout the carnival. Like we're on the Sea Dragon, and you can unlock the Sea Dragon and get it swinging manually. You just get a couple of kids on each side swinging it one way, and you can get it going. And so we were partying up on we were partying up on the Sea Dragon late one night. And there was a new guy that I guess the ride super didn't like. He had just started.
Oh, yeah.
And he passed out drunk in his car, and he was driving like this brand new white Escort or something like that, you know, nice and white.
Pretty nice, yeah.
But it was a small car, cheap car, but it was new. And the ride super really didn't like him. And he was passed out drunk in his car right on the side of on the Sea Dragon. And we're up in the top seat, just sitting up there having a couple of drinks, putting them back.
And what they do? They set him on fire?
Well, not quite. All of a sudden, the ride super goes over to his house trailer, and he opens up he gets a 5-gallon bucket, and he opens up his shitter drain, his tank, and he fills up the 5-gallon bucket with all the shit water. And he goes over and he dumps it on the guy's car. Oh. And nothing, the guy doesn't wake up, nothing. So he keeps doing it over and over again until he dumped his whole tank onto this dude's car. And he just slept through the night like that all day. And we're laughing hysterically about this.
But it's outside of the car, right?
It's outside of the car. It's on his car, but on the outside. So it's just covered now and just everything. And that night I didn't see him, but the next spot, I remember I'm walking by and he's outside, and he's trying to scrub it all off, and it's just got this brown tint, and you could see where it like swirled all around. Like he could not get that thing clean for the life of him. He didn't last another week.
He didn't?
No.
Was there a lot of stuff like that? There's a lot of like hazing and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And what about take me into, so I feel like that's kind of the rides. I'm trying to think of any more of the rides that the zipper was just harrowing. I know I would get on it and I'll be like, I'm not getting on it this year because last year I got hurt and I don't have any more money or whatever, and I got electrocuted. And
you got electrocuted.
Oh, dude, I got electrocuted because that was one of the big things. Is one time I got off of, I think it probably was the zipper. I got off and I touched, I've told this story before, I've touched the two like metal bars you're getting off of, like the stair bars or whatever, and it completed a circuit, and I just got lit and I couldn't let go, right? And some guy working the ride behind me, it was a black gentleman, he called me, he's like, get moving. And I was like, I can't. And then he just fucking kicked me right in the back, dude. I think he even called me the N-word, but I think he kicked me in the back, and thank God he did. Yeah. Because I was just like part of the I was just completing the circuit. I was just probably powering a fucking lantern or something down the street. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever I was doing, dude, it was unhealthy for me.
Yeah.
You know, because I was conducting electricity, and thank God. But yeah, I just remember it was very, it seemed like there were some safety issues, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, I've definitely run into a few live rides before. Yeah, especially during
rain.
Has
that happened?
Yeah, it's happened to me.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's a real thing.
Yep.
Because I know my whole life, I was like, I know this happened, man. Well, how does that happen?
Because there's so much wiring going on in those things, like all the lights and everywhere. And back then too, you know, now with LEDs, they don't take as much, but back then you had those really hot lights and they took a lot more power. And so you got bigger currents running through, and something could just get cut or pinched somewhere along the line. And next thing you know, you're making that live.
Damn. God. Yeah, that thing really caught me up to speed, boy. I fucking aged probably 8 months. I went home. My mother's like, God, you seem different, you know?
Hey, Ma, you already grew a mustache from it.
Yeah. I was like, things are going to change around here. Yeah.
I'm wearing the pants now.
But I remember that, dude. We walk over and, the rides would just be getting set up in the distance, and we'd come in and they'd have somebody standing over there, and for 50 cents, you could get over there and get you a couple tickets and go get on them.
Yeah.
And the other kids, people didn't know because the fair wasn't open.
Yeah.
But we knew this could be live right there, and so we'd all walk over there.
That's cool. We never did anything like that.
It was pretty cool, man. What about so take me into some of the games?
Yeah, the games. The games are fun.
Let's get into some of the games.
Interesting.
Because you had the booths, you had the game booths.
Yeah, we
had
game booths. We own some. My brother still has. I think he still has one or two. You know, they're definitely not as profitable as they used to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to have all kinds of games. I mean, a lot of them are illegal now. You know, maybe I should throw on. Yeah, maybe I should throw on some like shades or something if I want to spill secrets, like the magician telling us secrets of
about the games. Yeah, if you want to put some on.
No, I'm just kidding. They all know who I am now anyway.
Oh,
it's too late.
Well, because I know there was videos that came out years ago about like exposing all the games or whatever.
Oh, really?
I didn't like that shit. I knew that you pretty much weren't going to win.
No, there's some that you are not going to win unless they want you to win.
Ah.
If they got enough money out of you and they got a good tip going, there's a big crowd.
Or if you're in a wheelchair or something, probably. If you're
maybe it all depends on how much money you spent.
Yeah.
And then like if they got a nice crowd and they want to keep that, and a lot of like if the crowd is really like they've been there a while and they really want to see that dude win and he spent enough money and you know you could get if that dude wins, everybody's gonna stop playing.
Yeah.
You know?
So the part of it is some strategy.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of strategy to it.
What was one of the games that was the toughest game to win, probably, you think?
The toughest to win, like, legitimately? Well, so there was some that just can't be won.
Okay. So take me, like, what is one of them?
So, like, the cover the red spot. Did you guys ever have that one?
Cover the red spot.
So there would be,
cover the red.
a big red circle.
Yeah, and you get, like, little discs or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could not be won legally.
Oh.
There would be one that could be won on that the guy would show you how to do it on because that one can be won.
Okay.
And he would always use that one. And I've worked that game before, so I know how it's done. And then you have all the other ones. The circles are just slightly too big to be completely covered.
Oh, so the base circle?
Yep. There it is.
Ah, cover the spot. Okay.
So you see how that one's covered all down there with the 5 discs? It's completely covered. So sometimes those red circles are just slightly too big where it's mathematically impossible to cover it all.
Dude, the saddest part, I just remembered this. So my brother, he was like the older brother, you know, and like he like was trying to win a game and I knew we didn't have much money, you know, so like he kept trying to win and like I knew it started to be a little bit thing like I got to win this. My brother's watching me, you know, and he fucking didn't win and I could feel it just break his fucking heart.
Oh, man. I have seen
so
many hearts broken.
Really?
Oh, my God. I've seen families broken up.
Oh.
I mean, they've spent their whole mortgage, lost a car, like lost everything. Yeah.
Really?
Even traded their kid in, like trying to win. I swear to God. Sometimes you'll see the kids still up there as a prize now. You can win them.
Yeah, you guys want this stuffed bunny with a cleft palate, or you want Ricky? Nah, we
got a real life ginger over here.
We gotta feed Ricky, man. We'll take that fucking. We'll take that Hoppy, the cleft palate, fucking Easter hero over there.
It's if you got a gambler playing, you know, somebody that gambles,
they know what's up.
No, they lose everything because they want to win. They want to win, and then you tell them, "Hey, man, if you win, not only will you get the prize, but I'll give you all your money back.
Oh,
every dollar you spent, I will give it back if you win. Want to play again?"
Fuck. Wow.
And now a gambler is not going to say no.
And how hard is it? Have you ever had to run somebody up like that?
I kind of have. By the time those games are I mean, I ran the red spot and stuff, but I was a kid. I was still a teenager then, so I wasn't a real agent, you know.
But were there some people that were good at it?
Oh, man. Wow. They were so good. Like when I was a real little kid and before I was working, I would, you know, sit on the counters with some of these guys, you know, when they're not busy and I'd sit down and hang out, but then all of a sudden a mark would walk by and they'd get them. And I would just see them run them up because, like, you pay your bills, right?
Yeah.
Theo? Like, you pay your bills every month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just don't worry about paying me up front. Just keep playing. I'll tell you how much you owe at the end.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think is the most you ever seen somebody lose on a carnival game?
I've seen somebody lose a car. Like, legit had to give up their car.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Who's going to enforce it, though?
Well, because they're a gamble. Like most gamblers pay their, like if they have it, they'll pay their debt. So they'll go get the title and sign it over right there to keep playing.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you ever been to a casino? Like some of these guys, some of these gamblers are like, they lose everything.
I'm amazed at somebody. Yeah, I have friends that are real successful, and I'm amazed at some of these guys that just go gamble all the time.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful I don't get any. Like I like to play. You know, I'll play some games.
Yeah, for fun.
Know, I like to do. Yeah, we play prize picks and stuff like that, but I'm not the guy that's betting.
Bet in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm so man, I'm thankful to God that I don't have that.
I've seen people like, and eventually like they'll go home and they're like, I just got hustled. And then they'll end up like going to the cops or something like that and coming down the next day, and you got to squash the beef and make everybody happy. Like I've seen that happen.
New Hampshire man loses life savings on Carnival game. Let's look at it.
I probably saw that.
Epsom, New Hampshire. From the Salts, I guess. Henry Gribome says he lost his life savings $2,600. Damn.
On a life savings
Carnival game, and all he has to show for it is a stuffed banana with dreadlocks. Wow.
Oh, you got the dreaded one though.
Dude, BLM, bro. That's all I'm saying, dude. Yeah, at least you got the dreaded banana, dude. Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. Those games are illegal now, though, up there.
Well, it says you're expecting the kids to win a few things. Let the kids have a good time, said Gribhome. It just didn't turn out that way. Gribhome says he attended a Manchester Carnival run by New Hampshire-based Fiesta shows. You mentioned them.
That's us.
It is?
That's who we worked for.
Wow. And wanted to win an Xbox Connect at a game called Tubs of Fun.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that one.
Where contestants toss balls into a tub.
Ain't happening.
It isn't? What is it?
So the bushel basket, that's what it is, the Tubs of Fun. So they take those, remember those old Apple bushel baskets?
Oh, yes, I remember
and
this.
they'd be up on the side.
Yeah, like at an angle kind of.
Yeah, at an angle kind. And you got to toss the softball in there.
Yes.
Yes. There it is.
Oh, there's some guys getting it right here.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a trick to it. You see how he's doing it? You got to give it a spin, and it's got to hit right on the edge.
I see.
So it'll kind of like use its momentum to stay in there. And they're using plastic ones too. I don't know.
Right, go back to the bushel baskets. Can you find the bushel baskets?
They might be just as hard.
In the one we're talking about?
It's the same game, but those were made of the wooden ones, like the original Apple bushel baskets.
Yeah, so take me through it.
So what the problem with those...
They were at like an angle, right?
Yeah, it's that same thing as that with the plastic ones, except they were wooden. They just won't stay in there. The softball's so light and bouncy, and the back of those baskets are just so bouncy as well that they would just bounce out. You can't get the ball to stay in there.
Damn.
It's really... I mean, if you know a trick, and like they were doing, if you could get the right backspin on it and hit it right at the edge, you can get it to stay in there. But how they get people so easily is the guy sitting in the booth can easily toss the ball in there from his angle. It'll easily go in there and stay in there. And then you give the other ball to the guy and be like, look at how easy it is. Throw the ball in there and give him here's a free shot. See how easy it is. And then they throw it in there. And because that other ball is already in the basket, it'll deaden that second ball, and that second ball will stay in. So now people are like, oh my God, that was so easy. But now when you give them the balls, they don't have that first ball in there, and they won't get that ball to stay in there.
Wow.
And you're like, no, it's like this. You know what you're doing wrong, bud? You're hitting it in the wrong place. Watch what I do. Watch what I do. And you take that ball, and you're like, just like this. Throw it in there, and it goes in. And you're like, here's this ball. Watch, try it now. And they do it, and they're like, oh, I did it. You're right. And then you give them both balls again, and then they can never do it again. And you just keep it going, keep the cycle going.
Dude, I remember there was always the weirdest energy when you were the kid and you were up there at the thing. And once you'd engaged in the conversation with the booth guy, if you're a kid, you're like, you start to feel like, man, I got to play now. I already started talking to this guy. You know, I know only got a couple of bucks here. What am I going to do? You know, and then you would play, and then you would fucking miss the first one, and you'd be like, I am such a fucking loser.
Yeah.
I am a loser. And
they know you're not going to win too, and they're just trying to get that $2 out of you and get you out of their hair.
God, that was hard.
And I'll tell you what, if Eric Adams was there, he would have found out that there wasn't an Xbox in that box.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so you're saying that if they have the prizes, some of the prizes aren't even in the boxes?
No.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, because they know nobody can win it. So why you're not even going to put a real prize. They just put PlayStation boxes and Xboxes. I mean.
Damn. Dude, and the craziest...
Eric Adams will probably find the yayo that's hiding in there. But What's in here?
And Mitch is talking about the episode with who we with Shane Gillis when we looked at Eric Adams video.
Yeah,
that was so funny, dude. Yeah, that was a crazy video. I can't believe they're doing the drug searches like that. But yeah, but sometimes we would win something and it would be a felt Elvis or a felt picture of a something.
Oh, I remember those felt pictures.
Remember, it was like neon and felt.
Yeah, some of it would be felt, like not all of it.
Yeah, if you had a black light or something, it would look like you'd be able to see it really good.
Oh, and the posters, they had those felt posters.
That's what it was.
Yeah. I remember
sometimes
those.
we would win those.
I forgot about those. Yeah, the start art games, like the ones that you throw the dart at.
Oh, that was fun with the balloons.
Yeah, the balloons are a hustle though too.
It is.
Oh yeah, because they don't always have because
you had to have a dot behind it or something.
You had to have a they'd have different circles under there, and they'd say small, medium, large, like what size prize you win, and they would never have an extra large up under there. Oh. Or if they did, it would be under like a really like barely blown up balloon, so the dart would always bounce.
God. Because I based how I felt about myself for the rest of the year on how well I did on these games. That was the thing.
Yeah. Even the start art game, like if you didn't get that dart right in the red.
Star dart?
Yeah, that's what we called it, the star dart, where it was like you had to throw a dart, get it in the red, and it couldn't touch the border around it. It would be a black border around the red star. And if it touched any part of the dart was touching the black just a little bit, you didn't win.
Oh.
And the thing was, if you'd think it would be in there completely, you're on the ground, you hit it, and you're like, oh, did that go in? And the person working the game would go up and look. And if it was all the way in, but it was close, he would just touch it a little bit and push the dart so it would touch the black.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
You just have to do it nice and smooth. So you just barely push the dart up a little bit, so it'll start touching the border and be like, "Oh, you're so close, bud. Come on up and take a look. You'll see it's touching the black."
I don't even remember that one, Star Dart. I remember they had the water horse, but that was a competition against other people, so somebody always won.
Yeah, I mean there are ones that are slower than others.
Yeah,
naturally, like the games, like you could hit them both at the same time. And one just rises a lot slower than the other one or blows up the other one.
I remember, sometimes it didn't even make any sense. So I remember one time it was like ring the fucking fish and they had fish swimming and you just throw the fucking rings in there.
Get a fish.
Yeah, you didn't get shit. You're like, how do you even know if you got it? The guy was like, you lost. You're like, oh, fuck, dude. I'm a loser, man. Yeah. 12 more months of winter. It was like Punxsutawney Phil. Just seeing your fucking reality.
Oh man,
each year when I went, it was like, God,
seeing your allowance
I forgot how much. I based my like who I was off of that, man. And just like because I would save my money each. I was very particular about saving my money. So when we go down there, I'd have I'd plan ahead and I would get I would keep my money in like one of those those purple Jim Beam bags, you know? You remember the
with the drawstring? Yeah. Oh yeah.
I would keep my money
the Crown
in there.
Royal
Yeah,
too.
the Crown Royal bag. Yeah. Sorry, the Crown Royal bag. And I bring it down there and God, dude. It just felt horrible.
There's the
ring toss. That was one. Now that was fun. I will say this because you know why? Because you got a bunch of rings.
Yeah, and they can't lie to you. You're either getting it on the bottle or you're not. Like that's a legitimate game. Those are still around.
Right. That was a lot of fun. I remember.
Those ones are a hustle.
Oh yeah, the weighted.
They're weighted. Everybody knows that now. But
and we're looking at the weighted milk bottles.
Yep.
And the softballs.
Yep.
What was so hard about it?
Just they're weighted. They're not going to knock over with the softball. Because you'd fill them with lead or cement or whatever, and the top one would be empty. So if people said, "Oh, they're weighted," you would just grab the empty one and hand it to them and be like, "Oh, look at dude, they're not weighted."
Right. Oh, wow, that's pretty crazy.
The bushel basket, that was another one that was a hustle.
What was that?
I mean, not the bushel, the banker ball.
Wait,
you remember the banker ball? It was like there was a wooden back, and there was like a laundry basket underneath, and you had to like throw the ball against the back and it would
make
fall
it hit
into the basket.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, yep. I remember that.
So
some of them were so confusing to me, I didn't play them.
You would just push that basket in.
So it would never do it.
So it would never do it. So it would never drop in.
Where did y'all keep the fish at night? Who was with all the fish?
We had a fish lady.
No way you had a fish lady?
No, the girl that ran the rides, like I never worked a fish game or like we didn't own one, but I knew the girls that ran it. And yeah, they just had a trailer that was full of 5-gallon drums full of fish and they'd bag them up.
Wow. Because that was the craziest part because you'd fucking get home and you'd have a fish, you know?
Yeah, you're like, look at this fish.
Yeah, and your neighbor would be like, we're going to cook them bitches, you know? And you just have your neighbor would go cook six of those goldfish or baby koi, they called them.
Goldfish get pretty big if you just let them go.
Yeah.
I've seen some really big ones.
My sister won a goldfish once, and they put it in their fish tank or whatever, and it grew into like a
big fish.
Carp or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't realize how big they got.
It couldn't even turn around. The tank they got for it was so small, the fish couldn't even fucking turn around. It was just like, it would just always be straight ahead. Look at this dude right there. Crazy. One of the world's biggest goldfish has been caught, weighing in at 67 pounds, 4 ounces. The enormous specimen was found in a fishery in France by British angler Andy Hackett, who reportedly spent over 25 minutes reeling the fish in. Can you imagine reeling that in and being like, what in the fuck?
What did I just catch?
I thought these were 2 inches long. Bro, and if we're not, this right here should tell you, if you don't think there's stuff in the water that is turning your kids trans or multi-armed or whatever, then this is a fucking fair goldfish.
Yeah.
This is a parking lot minnow. Half of them probably spray painted gold.
Yeah.
That was supposed to die right when you got home.
Yep. If you made it that far.
Yeah, that's the ETD on these things. The second you cross your doorstep, they're supposed to die. It's how most kids learn about death, is from a fair goldfish. But here we are, modern day, and this motherfucker 67 pounds and living in France. Unbelievable. Probably working at a creperie or something. Chocolat. It's just unfuck. And people are like, the water's safe. The water ain't fucking safe, bro. No. God. I'm sorry to get crazy, but this shit.
Dude,
it's like, how much proof do you need?
It's in your face.
That the water's bad.
Yeah. I mean, that thing could work in the freak show.
Yeah.
I'd pay 50 cents to go see that.
Oh, you staple another little cock to that thing. That thing could fucking, it'll do 11 years in a freak bowl. Work over there in Nipsey's freak bowl or whatever it's called. When you were damn dreaded banana, son.
Alive.
But some of the I remember some of the people that worked, like some of the. One lady, I remember we gave her 50 cents. We were just scratching her back while she was smoking a joint or whatever.
Oh, nice.
And then she's like, I'm all done. And we're like, well, what the fuck is that?
Did you get the roach?
We didn't get anything. We didn't. We might have got a little like contact high or secondhand high.
Yeah, that's what you were paying for.
But yeah, I remember we gave that lady like a couple of us. It was like 3 of us scratching her back at the same time. We didn't even know her. I was like, damn, dude, this bitch is wild, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, dude, that sounds like she would work. She'd be good in the dunk tank, man. Those dunk tank clowns were something else, man.
Yeah. Take me on some of the other periphery characters that were part of the carnival.
Yeah, the dunk tank clown guy was. I mean, you have to have a really special guy to be up there and really like be able to like go at people all day, get them pissed off enough to like spend their life savings trying to knock you into a pool of water.
Like, what kind of stuff is he saying?
He's just saying, like, I slept with your wife last night. Oh, yeah. Like, your
brother's an N-word or whatever.
Yeah, and he would have to get sometimes he would have to have cops protect him when he closed, like to walk him to his, get him off the lot because people wanted to kick his ass. I mean, I've seen people beat him, like not beat him up, but go after him if he didn't have protection, because not all the time, at the fairs you had cops around, but you wouldn't always have cops at the carnivals and stuff. And he would really get people going. Like they're not even trying to dunk them. They're trying to throw the ball through the fence. Like they're smashing that fence with the ball.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So that guy had to have some real cojones or just be not even mentally that great or whatever.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was wild. He would, he would get into some serious shit.
Yeah.
A lot of beefs. You don't see them anymore.
What would they yell? So they would just like, yeah.
Yeah, I was with your sister's mother last night. Oh, I was with your daughter last night. Yeah. You know what I mean?
With your daughter, and the guy's saying his daughter's 11 or
whatever.
Yeah,
like, they don't care. Fuck? That's what I'm saying. These guys were getting mad.
The dude's just yelling.
Like, I slept with your 11-year-old daughter last night. What are you going to do about it?
Jesus. Yeah, the dude's just like, hey, I'm a pedophile. He thinks he's protected by fucking 40 gallons of water.
This dude's just like walking by with his kid, doesn't even know. All of a sudden, the guy's like, what? What did you say?
God, it's just heartbroken, dude. Ugh. It's a sick world, man.
Yeah.
Who else was there? They were like barkers. I remember Oh, there was the guess your weight guy?
Yeah, guess your weight.
Was that a real thing? Did you ever see him?
That was a real thing, yeah. He would guess your weight or your birth date or what else would he guess? There was something else.
How did they do it?
It was just it was really, came down to numbers. Like they couldn't really do it, but you could tell like, they just got good at it. You could tell, look at somebody, because there was that, you had an average, you know what I mean? You could be off by like 10 pounds or whatever it was, 5 pounds either way. Or when they guessed your birth date, they could be like, I don't know if it had to be like the same month. I know there was like a window where it wasn't the exact date, but I think it might have been if it was in that sign, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, if they're Sagittarius, I'll know, dude.
Exactly, or a Leo or something, you could tell.
One of my ex-girlfriends was a Sagittarius, and I'll spot them bitches anywhere now. I'll spot them 200 yards away. You got a Saggy on the fucking coming over the ridge.
Watch out. Yeah. We had some characters, man. I remember the guy that worked the big old guy that worked the diner, the sausage stand when I was a kid. I mean, this is when smoking was still allowed. He'd have a big old cigar in his mouth. Italian dude. It's like, what do you fucking kids want, huh? Fucking ashes are falling into the pile of onions and peppers right there. Big old cigar just always hanging over his mouth while he's working the grill. Those were the best onions, too. You were like, I love that. Get them riled up until you get the ash in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. You want that ash.
Yeah, a little free burnt wince.
You got to be careful on the first day of the carnivals, though, maybe sometimes. If they brought like sometimes they'd bring the leftovers from the last carnival and try to sell it. Oh, yeah. It's like.
That's a good point, right?
Yeah.
So because the carnival ends on a Sunday.
Yep.
And then it starts back on a Thursday?
Sometimes a Wednesday. Sometimes we do overnighters where you would tear down Sunday night, set up Sunday night, and then open Monday. Yeah, it's like tear down. So they'd close you a little early, like 5 or 6 o'clock on a Sunday night. And then you got to tear down, drive to the next location, start setting up, and then open up that night.
So what other periphery people do y'all use? Do you guys hire other locals? You said there were like 40 milers, like guys that would come on.
Yeah, they're always looking for help. I mean, it was kind of set up back then. You had like the main carnival owner that owned like say Fiesta shows. He owned all the rides mostly, and sometimes some of the games and food. But you would have other families that owned like, they had a whole grip of, games or a whole bunch of food stands, and with the games, there was a lot of families that owned a bunch of different games, and they would join up with the carnival, and you would tour with that carnival for the year.
Okay, so it was a lot of like smaller family businesses would join up under the larger umbrella of the carnival.
Yep.
Ah, I see.
So there was a lot of that, and so a lot of that's gone by the wayside now. Like they start buying up other carnival businesses, then they start buying their own games and food and hiring people to run them for them instead of like, having people come in.
Renting everything.
Yep.
So it's some larger conglomerates now, you think?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I know like Fiesta definitely bought a bunch out, and that's how they got so big in New England. And started like, we own some stuff. My family still does. My brother still owns stuff out there and does it, but then he also manages stuff for the owner of Fiesta shows.
Okay.
So that gets him like good locations, you know what I mean? And like prime spots and stuff.
Was there a lot of camaraderie amongst you guys? Was there a lot of partying? What was that like? Like, what was some of the lifestyle like? Yeah,
so we had some camaraderie. Like, definitely like the ride guys, like they would all have their own crews, especially like some of the bigger rides had like 4, 5, 6 guys as a crew. If they would be different crews. So you'd have the Music Fest and like the Sea Dragon crew. They called themselves the Dickhead crew. And you'd have these different crews. And so they had a really tight knit. And then like the ride guys on a whole mostly did. The food guys too would, and then, the different families, obviously with the people that worked for that family were pretty tight knit. And then, at night, whoever you clicked with, you know what I mean? And I clicked with everybody. I would party with anybody from like the lowest ride guy to like the owners out,
Were you a pretty hard partier or no?
Yeah, man. Real hard. Yeah,
really?
Pretty hard. Yeah. By the time I hit 21, I was already shitting and puking blood for drinking so much.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Well, did that run in your family, alcoholism or drinking that much? Because that's kind of a lot of drinking.
Yeah, it's all like really, like I didn't grow up, my mom and dad got divorced when I was a year old. And so, I had one foot in the carnival and another one in the city. I grew up in like a pretty inner city, like, it was.
In New York?
No, it was outside of Boston called Lawrence.
Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Yeah, Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Wow. Huh.
So it was like a lot of gang activity and stuff there.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
So, and like the carnival was like my escape in the summer. which isn't much of it. So it's like the carnival or the hood. Like, which one do you want?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I drank a lot, partied hard.
And would the parties get pretty crazy? Would shit get a little bit weird out there?
Yeah, it would be pretty crazy, especially when you go to these bigger towns. Because like you go to some of these towns, you know, and the girls are like, especially the lot lizards, you know, the ones that like, they love the when the carnival comes to town because they ain't got nobody else. Like especially up in the sticks of Maine or something like that.
Really? So you're saying there was a lot of like hookers almost that would come and service the carnival workers?
Yeah, not hookers, just like straight up hoes, I guess.
Oh,
like,
girls that didn't want money.
Yeah.
Girls that just wanted to party.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You get carfuls of them sometimes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. I never thought of that.
At like a fair, you know, at one of some of the big fairs, man, they would show up after you already closed down and everything, and carfuls of chicks would show up looking to party.
No.
Yeah.
Why, did they know you guys had drugs or something?
Yeah, they just were like, oh, the carnival's in town. Like, let's go meet the carnies, you know. You know, so the only thing that happens every year in their town.
Wow, that's freaking ripping, bro.
But then the next night, you got the car full of the dudes showing up looking at me like, yo, who fucked my old lady last night?
No,
really?
Oh,
yeah. Then you got fights breaking out all the time.
Yeah, how wild would some of those parties get? Pretty wild.
Yeah. Some of the fights were pretty crazy. I mean, it was no different than being in the city sometimes. Like it was.
So the dudes would roll up and they'd want to settle the score.
Yeah.
Right.
And they couldn't. Because there's just so many carnies. Like,
really?
Yeah. You know, you show up with a car full of people or even 2 cars. I mean, we have hundreds of people.
Would you guys get in fights a lot? Were there a lot of fights out there?
Yeah, there were. I didn't fight a lot. I wasn't much of a fighter. I didn't like to fight, but I've seen some crazy ones. Like, I got arrested for one of them.
Take me through that.
So we were at just a situation where we were in Connecticut and all the carnivals got together, you know, and so you got the first unit like, oh, the third unit's down there. Like, we got to go show them who's boss, you know what I mean? And they go down, and I didn't even really know anybody from the third unit at that point. And I was friends with a lot of the kids from the first unit, and I was on some dancing condoms maybe that night. Some paper, some acid.
Oh, some LSD.
Yeah.
Praise God, baby. Yeah.
And so there was a few of us on it. And so they came up and they were like, oh, we just got into a big fight down there, like down in Tent City and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, I was like, and a couple of the kids are like, what? No way. Like, let's go down there again and blah, blah, blah. Let's go. And so I'm tripping and I'm like, all right, let's see where this goes. And I just went to go see the action. And so I'm down there and like, it just all hell breaks loose. Like people are getting ripped out of their tents. Like swords are coming flying out. Like it was wild. Like I'm seeing like little droplets of blood fly by my face, like laughing at me and stuff. And I'm standing in the middle, like, what is going on? Like this is like there was just
some Quentin
like
Tarantino
30 people.
shit.
Yeah, it was crazy. And like security tried to stop it and they got beat up. And so now they're all standing up against the fence, like ripped shirts and like holding on for dear life. They're like, we don't want no part of that. And the girls are screaming at them like, stop this, help, go stop the fight. And they're like, the cops are on their way, don't worry about it. Like we don't want nothing more to do with it. So Stady showed up and I left and the cops were out there looking around or whatever. And there was some people and I didn't really think much of it because I wasn't involved. I was there, but I wasn't involved. I wasn't fighting.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to go walk around and see what's up.
Yeah.
And as soon as I went out there, a cop's like, get on your knees. He comes running up to me with a can of
Really?
mace.
Like he's trying to get a BJ,
I guess. I don't know. He comes running at me. Like,
with mace.
With mace.
Oh, my Jesus Christ.
I'm like, what is going on?
Gay cops now, too.
And I'm tripping. So I'm like, oh, God.
Damn.
Dude, I'm like, yeah, whatever you want.
Bro, one time what happened? Did they take you to jail? They maced you?
Yeah, no, they didn't mace me, but they did take me to jail.
They did?
Yeah.
And you showed up in jail. Were you still tripping? You
Oh, yeah. I was tripping pretty hard. I remember I was like standing in the hallway and a few of my friends got arrested and a bunch of the kids from the other side that got beat up got arrested.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm in the hallway and there was like, I remember there being like this textured wall and I couldn't stare at it. I was just like, it was going crazy at me. And so I turn away. And the cop's just like, put your fucking face against the wall. He's spitting on me and like, get it.
Yeah, like at a Guar concert or something?
Yeah, I was like, wow, okay, worse than Guar.
Oh.
And so I faced the wall and they brought me into the cell and whatever. I bond out the next day. I had a hitchhike back to the carnival.
No.
Oh, yeah. As soon as I get back to the carnival, and they put me in a cell with one of the kids that got beat up. And so my friends are in another cell. I'm in the cell with it, and I'm still tripping, and I'm just like yelling fresh fish, and like I'm just kind of being out of my mind. And
who are you yelling that at? Yourself?
No, the cops.
Oh, the cops, huh?
I think. Or maybe it was the kid that got beat up.
Because, I think people yell that at you if you're the fresh one.
Yeah, I know.
But you were like, I'm going to beat him to the punch. I'm going to yell it.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
And they decided to keep me in there for a while because everybody got bonded out. They let everybody leave, and I'm still in there. And then they went to lunch, the cops. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, they were gone for an hour and a half or so, and then they come back, and I finally had calmed down.
Wow.
And I was already bonded, but they kept me in the cell for an extra couple hours. They finally let me out, hitchhiked back to the carnival. Because of the whole scene, it was on the news. I got fired that day and had to pack up my house trailer and hit the road.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
It was pretty crazy.
So,
but I got back home, and my mom was doing an event that weekend, so I just jumped on with one of her events and just went right back to work.
Were your parents, were they always were they working at carnivals as well?
Yeah, so my dad was he at the one that happened? He might have been there. He might have been at another one.
What was he doing at the carnivals?
So my dad was, he managed food and games.
Okay. So you're just running around doing that?
Yeah, he was an old man by then, by the time I was around. He was 50 when he had me.
Oh, okay.
So by the time I was like working 15, 16, he was already almost pushing 70, you know?
Yeah.
And he looked like an old Italian mafia, like, dude, like he'd cap like this with his cane, like, what are you guys doing over here? Get to work, hitting his cane at you, like, come on.
Like Colonel Parker?
He was a good dude. Miss your dad.
What was what's some of the wildest, like, was there some pretty good, like, sex activity going on out there? Because everybody always thinks, I think there's this vibe you think about, like, carnies, like the ride shut down and then the party starts. You know? Like, I think that's what the energy you feel like happens, you know?
Yeah, like I said, you get those car full of girls show up.
Oh,
like, one of those girls that showed up, the head ho tattoo I was telling you about, that was one of the girls that, she wasn't even an employee. She was one of the girls that showed up looking to party.
It said bust a nut on me?
No, this one said head ho.
Head ho on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just the advertising that they have, that's wild to me. Usually you don't know. Like a girl's tattoo will be like a secret, you know?
Yeah.
Like you know, like love is forever or whatever. And you're like, well, I'm going to have to decipher this, you know? But if somebody's just like bust a nut on me or whatever, it's like, well, it's just like not as much guesswork, I guess, but yeah.
And it would be crazy. I mean, the girls like to party just as much as the guys. So, you know, there would be a lot of crazy stuff going down, you know, looking to party, looking to get down. And yeah, I've seen some stuff. I mean, there's, you know, a friend. Yeah, I've seen some stuff. A friend of mine, like, this chick really wanted to get down with a couple friends of mine. So he breaks into somebody's house trailer that we had never, I don't know whose trailer it was. He climbs through the window.
Goldilocking, huh?
The next thing I know, he's kicking the door open. And the door comes flying open. We're all standing outside, and we're like, well, how the hell? What's going on? He's like, we got a spot now. Let's go. And he brings her in there and right on somebody's bed. I don't know whose bed because they had the couch pulled out. So the door's wide open. He's going to town right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just making love, huh?
No, I don't know when you call it love, but there was something going on.
Yeah. Making almost love.
God. Yeah. So it was interesting. I can tell you about another crazy game that we had. It was called the Crazy Bike. Have you ever heard of that one?
Crazy Bike?
Yeah, it was a bicycle where if you turn left, the wheel went right. And if you turn the handlebars right, the wheel went left.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah. And so I owned one of those. And I couldn't ride it. But one of my best friends learned how to ride it. So we put it out there. And if you could ride it 10 feet, we would give you $50. Wow. Yeah, that thing was a hustle. It was pretty tough to run. I mean, but if you could learn how to ride it, and the kid that worked for me was really good. He'd be able to sit on the handlebars backwards and ride it. Like, he got really good at it.
Is it a unicycle?
No, it was a regular bicycle, two-wheel bike.
A crazy bike.
And we called it a crazy bike.
And so if you turn it to the left, the wheel went to the right.
Yep.
Wow.
If you turn to the right, the wheel went left. So hard to try to figure out how to ride that.
Really? Especially if you never had. Oh,
yeah,
my God. I couldn't even imagine this, man.
It's like, because your
like
instincts.
Dyslexia, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like dyslexia made a piece of transportation.
But he could, my friend could ride it all around the carnival like that.
Wow. Oh, that's a vibe. Yeah.
And so we would do it. If you drove it 10 feet, we would mark it on the ground. If you drove it 10 feet, we'd give you $50.
And now, was there a lot of ladies to me? Did you guys call regular people civilians? What did y'all call them?
Marks.
Yeah. God.
And
so everybody that walked through, it was like, how much can we got to get it out of them?
Yeah, we got to get that mark. And if you got one, you'd call it out. Like, you got a fresh one. You got a mark here. And a lot of people would wear these pins called "I love Robin" marks, but it would be spelt out like Robin, Robin, and then marks underneath it, so it looked like somebody's name.
Who was Robin Marks?
I was Robin Marks.
I got it. But nobody was really actually Robin Marks. Huh?
No.
Bring up a picture of Robin Marks. Let's just find someone. There's got to be somebody. There we go. Robin Marks.
Oh, wow. There is one. And so, yeah,
Robin
if you get
Marks. There she is right there.
Oh, sweetie. I could fall in love with her.
With her husband, yeah.
And like for the games, you'd either be an agent or a clerk. That's what we call the people that work the games. Like they're joinies, but an agent is somebody that can rob a mark. And a clerk is somebody that's just going to collect his money and not really hustle him.
So, like, give me an example of how those would be at the game.
Like a clerk is somebody that doesn't really know how to hustle somebody.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He would just be there like, oh, you want to play? He'll collect your money and you can play the game, but he's not going to sit there and try to hustle you out of more money.
Okay.
Where an agent is going to try to take you for everything you got.
And who were the agents? Was it like usually older people? Was it younger? Could it be anybody?
It was anybody that was good at hustling, really. Like there was all ages.
It whites? Was it Native American? Like who type? Was it any?
Come on, it was whites.
Whites.
Yeah.
It's kind of a white sport, carnivaling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has it changed? Like, or I remember it being like that. It was like kind of maybe white and black guys that worked there, white and black people that worked there, I guess. But
yeah,
that's kind of all we had in our area, too.
Yeah, up there and up north, we didn't really have. There's not a lot of blacks up north.
Yeah,
I mean, one of my best friends, artist, he was an older guy, and he worked out there my whole life. He was best friends with my brother because all my siblings were much older than me, and so yeah, we had some out there, and some. I guess it's some Puerto Ricans and stuff like, but not really. I mean, now they have a lot of Mexicans and South Africans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's pretty much who's running the rides now.
Why? What's changed? Like, how have things changed? Yeah, since the past to now.
Well, it was hard finding, I think, really good ride help. So I don't know why it was Mexico and South Africa. I don't know why those two countries were picked. But apparently it's sold to them that you're going to go on a work and vacation. You get to see the United States and work and make money while you're at it, which is all bullshit. You're in the carnival and you're at that carnival. It doesn't look any different wherever you go. It's the same lot. So you're not seeing anything different.
Would you ever get some free time?
I did, yeah.
Because you were a kid.
I was a kid and like.
Your parents were.
They didn't make money. They weren't made any. I mean, we were poor. Yeah.
Wow. So it's not a big money maker.
No, and my parents were divorced, so
they were splitting the money.
No, I don't know.
Or like when you have two homesteads going, it's like.
Yeah, but I didn't see my dad much growing up. Really, until I started joining the carnival. I mean, I would once in a while, I would see him on holidays and stuff, and once in a while I would go stay at his house, I guess. I remember. But yeah, it was. I didn't see him that much until I really.
You almost had to be at the carnival to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, it's kind of a bummer.
And
it's kind of interesting.
It is. Yeah. I mean,
bummer.
My dad was a hard ass too, so I guess I'm glad that I didn't see as much from what my brother said.
Oh yeah.
He was great when I was. I mean, he was an old man, so he was just like a whatever.
People, start to lose their steam.
Yeah, their edge. But so it was definitely different. And my mom, trying to hold the carnival together herself when all the kids were already grown and out of the house and not helping anymore, and I was still like a really young kid. So yeah, we didn't have much money. Like I was getting school lunches and shit like that.
Oh yeah, same man. Yeah, school lunches was always so weird because you had to go get the ticket each day in the morning. Did you have to do that?
No, I forgot how they did it. I think it was just like when you signed up, and I don't remember.
We had to go get the free ticket each day, so it'd be like kind of embarrassing, I felt like.
It was embarrassing. I remember that because I think it was by name or something like that, or a separate line.
Yeah, separate line. I remember you'd have to go to get the free ticket from the lady and had a Y on it.
Yeah.
And if you paid ticket, it had an X on it.
Yeah.
And I remember, we had to get the free ticket. I forgot about that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying like I'm ashamed of it or anything, but I remember feeling at the time like.
At the time, yeah, you feel ashamed.
Were trying to just like pretend you weren't getting that one. You're like, I don't know why they have me on this list.
That's strange.
Yeah, you're there. Yeah.
Really? It happens every day. Sure.
God, they must have make some poor. Whoever's making these lists is just confused, huh? A lot of times people look at the carnival as a sad that, like, I think it got that rap over the years in a way that it just like was a negative. What are some positives about it? Because I also loved there was something like you almost felt like you were in the big city in a way because there was these lights going on and there was, you know, people would come that you didn't normally get to see because there were kids that went to different schools, and that if they didn't go to your school, then maybe you'd see them there. Those are things that I liked about it. There were like you got to gamble or play games. You didn't get to do that. There was no other world that you got to do that in as a kid. You know?
No, you definitely felt a sense of like when you had a good weekend or a good day and stuff, and you felt like everything went off smooth, especially if you're doing food or like games that aren't a rip-off of rides. Like, you know, a lot of the ride guys would feel pride in having like a really nice ride with all the lights working and stuff like that, making sure every bulb is fixed. Because then you got some rides where the ride guys didn't really give a fuck. And all the lights are busted. You got one blinking light going and like, that's it. And no music. And the ride guys, you know, like I said, he's like one of those guys that just got out of prison. And so he doesn't really care about the ride that much. But for the families that are out there, and like when you have a good weekend or like a really nice fair and you feel good about like, you know, putting on a good show for everybody and like having a good, you know, I had pride in having a really like the cleanest stands and putting out quality food, you know.
You mean like a family's running like if a family owned, like we do the games or we do the like
we do the food and we do the games.
So there would be some organization of that.
Yeah, there would be multiple families. There would be like, you know, sometimes 10, 12 different families out there.
Yeah.
All owning. I mean, sometimes you would have one guy that just owned his one game and he would travel everywhere with you, just running his one game, and that's what he owned.
Was there another world of carnying where it was like somebody owned all of it and they would just hire all the people?
Yeah, it's becoming that now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it definitely is.
What is it like about that? What is it that makes people go to a carnival, you think, or go to a fair? Like, what is it?
Fun. They want to go on the rides.
Yeah.
They want to have some fun. They want to escape. We need more escapism these days.
Yeah. It was fun. I definitely remember it was fun.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, it was crazy and stuff, and we have some crazy stories, but we always wanted to make sure, like, we wanted to provide a good time for the people, too. I mean, granted, the rides definitely, you know, the games are a hustle, and some agents did take it too far. Mm-hmm. You know, I agree. Like, those people that were getting robbed of their life savings, like, you're taking it too far.
Yeah.
But, for the most part, like, you do want the people to have a good time and come back the next day and bring more people. And
any animals ever get loose out there when you guys?
Oh man! Well, one time we let a chicken go. We stole a chicken or a rooster and we put it up in the doghouse of the music fest. Mm-hmm. So when the next day they came to work, there was this wild rooster up in the doghouse. And the doghouse is the control room where you run the ride.
Oh, nice!
And the music fest is the one where like they go around. It's like you're in a car that kind of swings and it goes around like this big. Like not a track, but it's kind of because it's on an arm, so the cars swing and they swing around and they're playing like crazy music or whatever.
I think I remember that one.
And then it's like, "Are you guys ready to go backwards?
Yeah,
let's go backwards this time." There it is.
Music fest, yeah, dude. God, those rides were such a big thing when we were a kid.
Yeah, we put a chicken in the doghouse one time for the ride guys. So when they showed up the next day.
Yeah, because I remember one time a lady just brought a box of cats and fucking just dumped that bitch out at the fair.
That's a good place to get rid of them.
Yeah, I think that was like some of the vibe. It was just like people that had extra animals or whatever. And they're like, we're going to bring them up here because we knew people would be up here. And if they want a cat, they got it or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, there was always some weird shit like that going on. Any love stories over the years you see where carnies met each other? And
yeah, I mean, back in the day, that's the only place I really met. I mean, my friend April, who I was with for, you know, almost 10 years or something. we were 16, 17 when we hooked up. And
y'all met at a carnival?
Yeah, she worked for somebody, and I was working out there, and she worked for a friend of mine, another family.
Let me dart that balloon, huh?
Yeah, she was actually pregnant when we hooked up already, too. And,
really?
Yeah.
Wow, that seems illegal.
Crazy.
That's crazy in the eyes of God, but I don't know.
And we're still friends. Raekwon, her son, works for me now.
Oh, yeah, really? Wow.
Yeah, her son works for me.
Really?
Yeah.
So, wow, that's love, man. Yeah, well, that's the thing.
We're still best friends, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're not together, obviously, but yeah, we're best friends still. And
damn.
So, yeah, we've had some.
Love can happen out there.
I think my nephew met his wife out there. He just got married a year or two ago. He met her out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was South African. I think she came over from that whole, when they brought, because they keep bringing more South Africans over every year.
Why?
Just for that work and vacation they sell them. People think that they're going to come to America and make a lot of money and travel and see the country.
But are they bummed out when they get here or no? They're
most of them are.
Cool. They are? But they're already here.
And they're already here. Some of them pay to go back home. You got to but some of them love it. And some of them end up rising up and getting positions of power too.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. Some of them hated it. Some of them didn't mind it. And some of them loved it.
Oh, yeah.
The Mexicans, I don't know, because they all spoke Mexican. I couldn't figure it out if they liked it or not.
Yeah, I think Mexican people adjust pretty well.
Yeah.
They just adjust well to most things, you know? I would like to be Mexican.
It'd probably be fun.
Oh, yeah. I think I would be, I don't know if I'd be good at it, but I would try my best, but I don't know. Yeah.
Well, my girlfriend's half Mexican.
Really?
Yeah.
And yeah. Does that part of her seem good?
I love it.
Yeah, there you
go.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's a bigger conversation. But what about gypsies? Did y'all ever run across those types of folks?
Oh, yeah, we had some gypsies.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man, we had some that did the psychic readings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they traveled.
A lot of mushes out there.
Yeah, we didn't see them much.
Really?
They were gypsies. So
they were travelers.
They were travelers. Because normally, if you wanted to do the big fairs, you would have to if you were a gypsy that just wanted to come in and do it, in us family or different families that were out there, they would make you do the spring season with them, and you had to do all the shit spots if you wanted to get the good spots. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's just like comedy.
Yeah. So, but I don't know how the gypsies got away with it. Maybe just because.
What do you mean he got away with it? They would do what?
They wouldn't have to do the shit spots. Sometimes you would just see a gypsy, a psychic reader or somebody that did the palm reading or the cards, and you would only see them at some of the big fairs, and they wouldn't have to do all the shit spots.
Oh, they didn't have to play the smaller ones in this and the ones you didn't love.
Yeah, and they were funny, man. And you'd walk by because I never went into them, but she would always come on in, I don't know. And they're so perceptive because they would try to get you to think that they were being psychic or they knew something, but they're just watching what's going on out in the carnival. And they're like, oh, there's going to be a blonde in your life. I see it. And it's yeah, because you saw me last night hanging out with her.
Right.
But they're,
the
funny.
gypsies are, real interesting. My brother's friend Donnie is a gypsy, I think. He might not admit it, but I think he is. But I don't know if he is. But he is.
He is.
But I wouldn't mind being a gypsy. I don't know much about it. I just wish I knew more about it. I like kind of simple, I like kind of jewelry or whatever. And sometimes I don't like a lot. I mean,
they're so secretive. They're
gypsies are unique. They're very
unique. Yeah.
They're you don't know what's going on.
No, you
they're
never
like
know.
Navy SEALs, but of complete bullshit.
You don't know what they're thinking, what they do, if they're being serious or not. If they're telling you honest.
Yeah, you don't know. They just say stuff and they have their own language. Too.
Yo, they do. Yeah,
it's pretty.
Kizan spezik is the Kizarni. I can't even speak it right.
Really? Is that Pig Latin?
Carnie.
Oh, that's Carnie.
Yeah, Carnie is tough because you have to.
Oh, there's a Carnie language.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you tell me about
Kizan
this?
spezik.
Oh, it's like a Pig Latin kind of?
Yeah, you put EEZ before every vowel.
Oh, my.
So it gets tough.
Geezad.
EEZ, yeah.
Oh, my Geezad.
It would be Gizad.
Oh, my Gizad.
So O would be Ezo, Mizai, Gizad. Oh, my God. Ezo, Mizai, Gizad.
Wow. Bezad. You put Ezod above?
EEZ before every vowel. So God would be Gizad.
Okay. Bezust. Ezon. What did the lady say? Bezust. Eza.
Oh, yeah.
Neizut.
Bizust.
Izon. Miziz.
Yeah, Mizi.
Busting that out, man. That's a... So how do you shut the carnival down and move it to the next place? What's that like? What's the breakdown like in the setup?
When you close at night, you wait for the big gondola wheel to close down. That's how you know you're closed.
What is the big gondola wheel?
The big Ferris wheel, the giant Ferris wheel. You wait for the lights to go off, and that means you close. That's when you know it's time to close. And you close down, and depending on what you ran, games were really easy to tear down. You know, the hardest thing was putting on the hitch after they took your game away, because the hitches come off that pull the trailer, that you pull the trailer by. You got to take those off so you can put all the games, butt them up to each other, make the midway.
Wait, hold on. When you say make the midway, what do you mean? And you put them into the truck?
When you put, when you go on to the midway is like where all the games and the food are. They're all able to butt up against each other flat because you take the hitch off with that goes onto that you hook the truck up to. You back the truck up to the hitch.
Oh, yeah.
And so that comes off. And that's probably the hardest part of like tearing down a game.
Okay.
Is taking that on and off.
And how do y'all travel it all out there? How does it all move out?
So it's up to each family. They usually have trucks that pull their stuff, and somebody that works for them usually will be a driver or two. They might have a couple drivers, or you might hire a trucking company to come in and pull your stuff. The carnival, the carnival itself, they own big trucks that pull their stuff, and they also hire people out too, depending on how fast you got to get the stuff over the road, how far it is, if you can make multiple trips or not. Because sometimes if you're only going 50, 60 miles, you can make multiple trips, but if you're going a couple 100 miles, you might not want to make as many trips. You don't have the time.
Yeah. So
you'll hire a trucking company to come in and take it. And I used to tear down rides and stuff too for extra money. So I would do like sometimes up to 5 rides a night. I'd tear down and set up. I would tear down 5 rides, go set up 5 rides. And, you'd make good extra money doing that. Yeah. That was cash.
Yeah. So what do they pay, an extra $50 to help tear down a ride or something?
Yeah. Wow. So you do 4 or 5 a night, make an extra couple $100.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like the stand I have now, like even back then at the carnival, we had a wooden frame. Like towards the end, I was in charge of the food stands for my brother and my father. And, we had the wood frame sausage stands that had the counters that came along the side that you could sit at the counters and like watch them cook and stuff like that. I don't know if you had them down here or not, but that's what I have now. That's what I use out at the festivals too.
Okay.
And that's a lot of work because everything has to come out of the truck. The grills, the fryolators, the fridges, like everything comes out.
How would they move the big rides? How do they get those to the next town or whatever?
Yeah, big truck. You tear it down, and most of them, they fold down pretty small. Like a lot of them, do
they fold onto a semi or just onto a trailer?
Onto a semi-trailer.
It's
a trailer, yeah. It's got wheels under it.
Right.
Some of them are ground. We call the other ones that aren't on a trailer ground mounts.
Okay.
So they'll have a trailer for it, but everything has to come off the trailer and set up on the ground.
Okay.
But then some are on the trailer itself, and the trailer just unfolds like a transformer.
How hard is it to break down a whole carnival? Does it take a whole day, or they get it done in a matter of?
It depends. I mean, you could get it done fairly fast. Sometimes you can have everything done in like a good 6 hours or so.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
And do they travel at night usually, or when does it happen? Yeah.
Yeah, because you usually close Sunday nights, and so you're done. Depending on how late you close, sometimes you'll close early. Some Sundays though, they do the bracelets where you buy a bracelet and you could ride all the rides all day and night.
Yeah.
And so when they do that, and if you're making money, you stay open later because you don't want to close on people is what we call it.
Oh yeah, if there's people still there. Huh?
Yeah.
It was one other game we used to play where you would like put the money and it would you would pay and get these thing of coins and you put the coins in and it would push.
Called the splash down is one of the ones we called it.
Yeah, it would move the coins forward and sometimes it would push a little like an actual quarter would be on top of them. It would push a quarter off for $1.
We used quarters in ours.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. There was sometimes, depending on the state, sometimes you had to use coins. Sometimes you could use quarters. In Maine, you can use quarters.
Yeah.
And so, but those are a hustle too.
Are they?
Yeah, because there's a couple different ways they hustled it. Sometimes there would be something under the quarters of the coins. There's like this triangle right at the front of the lip. So when they're pushing, they push sideways. And if you want to see on the sides, there's the splashdowns. On the sides, did you notice before that there's an out of bounds? So the coins can push into the out of bounds. So you would put a lot of weight in the middle so instead of pushing forward, it would push to the side.
Yeah, because they could fall off to the side.
Yeah.
And if they fell off in the middle, you got it.
You got it.
Right.
But if they fall to the sides, the house gets it.
Yeah, that was it right
is.
there.
And so the more weight you put in the front, the more it's going to push to the sides.
Damn.
Sometimes people would glue that shit down.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. You know what it taught you, though? It taught you about loss, man. It taught you that life is gonna you're probably gonna lose.
Yeah.
You know? And you're probably gonna knock somebody up.
Yeah. It just taught me that everything is a fucking hustle, man.
Yeah.
Everything in life, whether it's your HVAC guy, whether it's your teacher at high school.
Yeah, whether it's your second fucking wiener.
Yeah. It's a fucking hustle.
Life's a hustle.
Gone. Just like that. Yeah. But he was sick, and he's a little chihuahua, so he wants to sleep in the bed. He goes under the covers,
Mm-hmm.
I think he was too weak, and he's sleeping with my brother in his bed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he could get out. I think he suffocated, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, my brother was not happy.
Yeah, it almost reminds me of that movie. I'm trying to think of that movie. Twins. Maybe you've seen that movie?
Nah, man.
It's before your time, I think. Can you bring up that?
Twins?
Can you bring up something?
Twins? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
it was a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, though. But
oh shit,
I think so. Who was in it? Or maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think when I was born, he was a governor.
Yeah, he was. Before that, he was sleeping with his brother. Yeah, there they are.
Damn, man.
But yeah, dude, you sleep with your brother, bro. So anything could die. It's a fucking risky game.
Oh
man.
yeah. Well, he's like he's a hairy Italian guy.
Yeah.
There's death under there.
Yeah.
It's gross, man.
One of the reasons I wanted to talk to you was just because of, I ended up buying some guns,
Yeah,
and,
you sure did.
And I didn't know if I even wanted any guns, but once the pandemic hit, once the COVID came in, I was like, I think I need to get some guns.
Yeah.
And so I came over there to you guys, and yeah, just the whole experience. What has the experience been for you? Working at a gun store. What has it been like since this pandemic hit?
Well, it's completely unprecedented what's going on. I work there with a lot of guys that have been working in the firearms industry for a long time, real experienced guys, and they've been selling guns for longer than I've been alive.
Oh dang, man!
And they tell me the same thing, man. They tell me it's unprecedented. The month of March had more background checks done than any other month in the history of the United States. This is March of 2020. When the first kind of panic started going on, we had over, nearly 200 people outside the store waiting to get in before we opened. 4 to 5 hour lines just for service because we were just full of people. And if if you're around LA, there's not that many gun stores. There's a handful just around, especially West LA.
Mm-hmm.
And where we are, kind of like in the epicenter of a bunch of different neighborhoods. So we're by Torrance, Manhattan Beach, Hawthorne, on the way to Gardena. So we're kind of like right in the middle of all that.
Right. So kind of white, getting Mexican-y.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest, man. It's mostly Latino.
Yeah.
Our clientele is mostly Latino, but you get. I was surprised when I started working there, the diversity of people purchasing firearms. It's all types.
And so when you say how soon after kind of the pandemic hit, or after did you notice there was a certain thing that brought people in? It's oh, now we got to go get the guns. Now.
100%. The vast majority of people in there buying guns as of recent have been brand new gun buyers. Never bought a gun in their life. Never even expected to buy guns. That's for a lot of them. And it was the first time, and I was talking to a lot of my coworkers, it was the first time that people really started talking about openly in the store buying these guns and using them in the defense of their property from people willing to take it from them.
Wow.
A lot of people are like, oh, hey, I want to get a tactical shotgun. And it's like, oh, if you ever ask them, oh, what do you plan on doing with it? Oh, I'll just shoot out the range. I like it. And, it's a good thing for home defense. Okay, granted. That was common. But now it's like, oh, I need to get this because what if someone breaks in and they're trying to take my stuff, or they were just going off about it. They're talking about, it kind of reminded them of the riots in LA in 92. Mm-hmm. Some of the old timers talking about the Watts riots back in, I believe, the 70s.
Yeah. Especially living in this area. That's another thing I thought about. I was like, wow, well, I live in an area that has a history of unrest, of civil unrest if things get squirreled out, really. So, because it's funny because I was even thinking to myself, why am I buying a gun? What am I? I think I'd always kind of wanted to get a gun, but I'd never acted on it. And then suddenly it was like, okay, I'm going to get this gun.
Yeah.
And I think it was just, I want to be able to take care of myself. I want to be able to, like, if things get real heated, and somebody's coming over, somebody's stealing diapers from me or stealing water or stealing whatever, like.
They come for that TP, brother. They want that toilet paper, man. They want, They're coming for your collared shirts.
Yeah, people walking. But all right, I guess it's funny because I think my first instinct would be if somebody like really needed help would be to help them.
Right.
But then if somebody's coming in with the intent not looking for help.
Right. They're there for your stuff.
Yeah.
They're there for your life, man. Yeah.
What were have you gotten some wild questions from people during this time?
Oh my God. You have no idea, man. All types. I mean, you get all types of weirdos in there, man. I remember one dude was coming in. He was like an older white guy, and he was coming in. He was like, I'm looking for a 45-70 lever action rifle. And 45-70s used to be the standard military cartridge for the U.S. pretty much right after the Civil War, just pretty much until right before World War I. And it's a very powerful, large, big bore cartridge. They use it for buffalo hunting, stuff like that. It's just a very powerful cartridge. And the gentleman I was talking to was like, oh yeah, why are you looking for something like that, And he was like, well, I read that this is a good gun for a riot. I was like, what does that mean? Like, a good gun for a riot? Like, what are you gonna do with it during a riot? And he's just like, oh, like, it's a heavy bullet, so it'll just sail through crowds. I was like, God damn, all right, like. It's a good riot cartridge, then, man.
It's a way to get to the front of the line.
Oh,
man.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. And all types. I mean, a lot of people looking for really cheap guns.
Yeah.
I need something under $200. It was like, dude, I'm gonna sell you a knife, man. I can't get there's not too many guns.
I'm gonna sell you a fast knife.
You can throw it, man.
Yeah.
There's your range.
And so, but you got a lot of new users in for the first time.
Yeah.
And what's the gun that you usually recommend for those types of people?
If they're looking for, first I gotta ask them. Are you looking for a rifle? You're looking for a shotgun? You're looking for a handgun? Most people can at least answer that question. Like, what out of those three major categories are you looking for? Right. And if they're looking for a handgun, I recommend just most polymer frame striker fired pistols, really easy to use, like a Glock, for an example, Springfield XDs. But we're limited on what we can get here in California. Smith & Wesson, Shield, Smith & Wesson SD9s, that kind of thing. Those guns are really popular for new gun buyers because they're really, really simple to use and they're just effective. They just do the job. That's it.
And when you say that, so California has like different laws, like would they have different, we can't get certain types of guns here, you mean? Or we can't?
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Well, long guns, rifles and shotguns, you're not really limited on the exact specific guns you can get. They have to be California compliant, which means they have to have a list of features that are not on the gun. It's really stupid and convoluted. And then for handguns, there's something called the California Handgun Roster, where there's an actual list of designated models that you can buy here in California. What that pretty much entails, as far as I understand it, is that they pretty much need to pay a lot of money and pass all these safety requirements to get on the roster.
Okay.
And then for semi-automatic handguns, like one of the guns that you purchase, a semi-automatic handgun, they pretty much need to be made after the year 2013. Not the actual make, but the design of the gun needs to be from 2013 or before that. The reason for that is the California, pretty much, I believe it was Department of Justice, they dictated that if you're going to bring a new gun on the roster, a new semi-automatic handgun on the roster, it needs to have micro-stamping technology. Okay, I believe those are the words they used.
Okay.
Micro-stamping technology would entail where if you fired the bullet, it would leave an imprint on the bullet that would be able to track the gun specifically to that serial number.
Right.
Okay, that technology does not exist.
But when you see this, I feel like you see a lot of times on like crime shows and stuff where people use a bullet and they can trace it back to a gun.
Yeah. What that would pretty much entail is based on the way the firing pin hits the primer of the cartridge, they can tell what kind of gun it is. Was it a revolver? And maybe they could even tell what specific actual firearm it is. Oh, that was I'm based maybe on the extraction pattern as well. Oh, that was a Glock 17, for an example. Or not even a 17. They can just say, oh, it's a Glock 9mm. Okay? That's just one thing they can tell from it. But with micro-stamping technology, they pretty much are saying that they can track, using the imprint from the firing pin, they can track the actual gun's serial number directly to you, which on CSI, it's a fantasy. That's not true.
Look that up. Do you mind, Nick? Microstamping is a process in which a gun imprints a unique microscopic code onto the ammunition it fires. The goal is to enable detectives to collect shell casings at a crime scene, enter the code in a database, and quickly track the firearm to its owner.
Yeah.
The problem is the technology is unreliable and expensive. Each time a gun is fired, it wears slightly, leaving a microstamp unreadable after a short period of normal use. Almost like a regular stamp. If you run out of, like, I guess the ability maybe to, like, one of those ink pads or something, then you're done. I guess they're trying to make, so this seemed like this seems like a plan that would make great sense, but they just do not have the technology for it yet.
Right, and nor is it practical in the sense of it actually mitigating crime. Where, yeah, I mean, if you do have microstamping technology, you could tell which firearm specifically it was, right? However, there's certain requirements that consider something a firearm in the United States, okay? It's typically the frame, also the receiver of a gun, right? So if you have a Glock pistol, right, which is a very standard pistol, just the plastic frame is the only part on the gun that actually has a serial number. Everything else is just a metal part. You can order it all online.
Right.
So I can buy a Glock, buy a firing pin online for $10, replace the firing pin, and it would have a different micro stamp.
I see what you're saying.
It's very easy to get rid of something. And what's to stop someone from just grounding it off?
Right.
It would do nothing.
So this is something that theoretically would be great, but in reality it's not really very practical.
Exactly.
And this is a law now that you have to have this?
Yeah. So new handguns from manufacturers to be sold in California, semi-automatic handguns, need to have micro-stamping technology for them to be approved on the roster.
Okay. And the one that I bought is that.
Is a gun that does not have micro-stamping technology because it was being made and sold in California before the year of 2013.
Oh, I see. So it's grandfathered in, kind of.
Kind of. I mean, the gun that you have is brand new.
Right.
No one used it or anything. It's just that specific model was allowed because they were making and selling that model to California. They were selling that model here in California before the year of 2013.
So of the new like gun owners that you're seeing, like people that have come to the shop recently, who are they? Like, what do they look like? What are they? I mean, you said it was a lot of Latinos out there.
Mostly.
And is it a lot of gangsters? Is it a lot of females? What is it? You know, abuelos?
At our all types, man. At our shop, we get a lot of gangsters. Gangsters of all kinds. I mean, I've seen like dudes that are borderline like white nationalists. Straight up cholos.
Nick got all excited.
Yeah.
Calm down, Nick, man. Sorry.
Just straight like just black gangsters, like Bloods, Crips, that kind of stuff. And yeah, they don't. I mean, a lot of times they don't even hide it. Like
what about Jews? Do you see any Jews in there?
A few, not too many. I feel like I don't know.
There's a lot of Jewish supremacists now, like people that are devout Judaism only type of shit.
Yeah,
you know?
Zionist. You know. Yeah, right. I feel like they have their own way of getting guns. We sell Jewish guns. We got some like stuff from Israel there, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Israel makes a lot of weapons, man.
Yeah, it's a weapon belt over there.
Hell yeah.
Got to.
Technology and weapons, man. Yeah. Well, they're surrounded by their enemies, you know.
Yeah, it's a hot area. It's a good area to have a weapon.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So go ahead. You're seeing a lot of Latinos. You're seeing a lot of Is it a lot of gangbangers? Or is it a lot of stepmoms?
Not
a
lot. You get that occasionally. It's just a lot of just really random people, man. Whether it's like people my age, you know, just first time gun buyers, 21 years old, single women with kids.
And are they expressing fears about the pandemic, about the? Okay,
100%. They're there telling us like, I don't know what to get. I don't know anything about guns. I don't even really want to know anything about guns. I just want to get one.
That was me, really.
Yeah,
kind of. I mean, I knew I wanted a handgun. I looked through some guns and kind of picked out the one that I wanted.
Exactly. But I don't think you were there entirely out of fear, man. A lot of people were there really just like looking around, and they just kind of were freaking me out, to be honest with you, man.
And is there an element where you have to like, if somebody's you determine that they have too much fear? Do you still have to sell them a gun?
I wouldn't say I have to, but
because that's a scary person to sell a gun to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm coming from a place of like, just complete fear, then I could make some poor choices. You know,
100%.
You don't want to fucking shoot a guy and he just had the mail. You know?
Yeah, no, for sure. But that's where it gets tricky, because you also don't want to deprave someone of their Second Amendment right, especially when there's a limited amount of gun stores and it's hard for them to get in. I mean, a lot of people were waiting for 5 hours for service.
Yeah.
And they want to get a gun, and despite the reasons, I mean, out of fear, that's not necessarily a reason where I can take away their constitutional right. That's what I see.
Right. So so there's nothing in it like where you make any sort of like psychological mental health evaluation of them?
We have the freedom to.
Okay.
We can. And like another thing, like by requirement, if you smell like marijuana, I can't serve you.
Wow.
Literally, and I've had it told. Like, I mean, man, I have some stories of these gangsters that come in all the time, man, or just anyone. I mean, these people that smell like weed, but just like usually people that walk into a gun store.
Some real fucking cholos. I know you're talking about.
They sit in their Infinity, you know, and they're smoking a backwood.
Yeah.
And they're in the parking lot, and they're like, all right, now let's go buy guns.
Now
like,
we're
after
talking
they
Persian.
reek.
Yeah.
You know? Can't do
yeah. And what the fuck? And do they a lot of times think they're gonna be able to get it day of?
Oh my! Most people, not most, but a lot of people were getting upset at us because they were like, "It's a 10-day waiting period in California. So if you start the background check that day, right, then 10 days from now you can come pick it up."
Right. That's what I'm going through right now.
Exactly.
And it just got extended too. It just got
As of recent, they've been extended a little bit. The DOJ pretty much sent out a notification to us that they're completely backed up on background checks going through. So even after the 10-day waiting period, the background check might not have cleared yet. So we've had, I mean, this weekend, probably over 40 people come pick up their guns, and we had to deny them that access to pick up their firearm, even if it was after their 10-day waiting period, just due to the fact that they cannot, the DOJ has not cleared their background check yet.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just pending. And I checked it for you, because your pickup day was yesterday.
Yeah.
You're going through the same thing. If you came in yesterday to get your firearms, which it would have been after the 10-day waiting period, you would not have been able to.
And now, has that ever happened in your line, like in your time of work?
No one I talked to there has ever seen that, ever.
And so what do you attribute that to?
Just the sheer amount of people that are buying guns in the United States and California.
So maybe it's good. At least it's like, okay, we have to run some sort of a background check. We're not just filtering all of these people through.
Yeah. I mean, especially in California. I mean, that background check process is California, and there's other states that do backgrounds. There's a national background check system, right? When you fill out paperwork, and that's what you did, right? And that national background check system doesn't necessarily mean a 10-day waiting period. There's a lot of other states where you can buy day of and take it home.
Really?
California is one of the only, not one of the only, but there's a few states that have a waiting period.
Day of you can buy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Arizona, Utah, you go buy it day of, fill out the paperwork, take it home.
Dude, Arizona, you know that they take a driver's license picture when you're like 19 years old, and then you don't have to get it done again for 50 years. Can you fucking imagine that?
Yeah, I know. Guy's like an old man. He let me see your ID. It doesn't even look like him, man. It looks like his kids. Look at the grandkids, man. That's funny.
That's crazy, though, man. Hey there, cool cats and kittens. Carol Baskin here from Big Cat Rescue. Look, did Carol Baskin feed her husband to Los Tigres, papa? Huh? Did she do it? Fuck yeah, she did. We don't know. But what we do know is every man should trim his balls. I want you to take a second and look down. Get your pants off or pretend your pants are off and look down. When was the last time you shaved your junk? You running around here with that dirty Fant trunk out in front of you? You trying to feed your wiener peanuts and drink water through your dick? You're out of your mind. It's been a while since you cleaned your junk, bucko. That's why our sponsors, Manscaped, are dedicated to making sure your jungle gets tamed. That's right. I've often looked at my penis and been like, oh, I can do better than this. Okay? And that's sometimes if you can't grow more dick or anything, you got to get your hair better. Cut your hair to make your dick look better. And you can do that now with Manscaped's redesigned electric trimmer. The Manscaped engineering team has their third generation trimmer called the Lawnmower 3.0. And this thing has skin safe technology. You cannot cut your penis or balls open. That's all we need to say. Okay? Look, when I was growing up, I had to remember using a gas-powered trimmer around my wiener. And you know how that ended. R.I.P. My buddy. They also make charging the lawnmower super easy with its intelligently designed USB convenient charging dock. That's right. You can be doing work, charge your D-trimmer right there on the computer, bang, get in the shower, and cut your dick up. You know what I mean. They got that USB charger dock. You can do your work and then do your junk. And if you're a true Tiger King fan, you can now safely make Tiger King stripes in your pubes. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code THEO at manscaped.com. I know you listen to this every week and you're like, oh, I've heard this ad before. Then use the ad. Quit just listening to it, you delinquent. Do yourself a favor and get the right stuff to take care of your damn penis and nuts, you idiot. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code THEO. Make sure to tame your jungle. I hate to interrupt this episode, but as folks adapt, and that is a word, to this challenging new world, we are all going to be buying more items online than ever before. So if you're an e-commerce seller, are you ready to meet the demands of our new delivery culture? Well, you can be with ShipStation. That's right, ShipStation. When you're selling online, getting a lot of orders, getting them out fast can be tough. Oh, well, I can barely do it. How do you keep track of who gets what? Oh, this is for Anthony and this is for Tanya and more. Which ship carrier should you use? FedEx, UPS, Amazon Fulfillment? Are you getting the best rates? Don't think about all that. Let ShipStation.com do it for you. It's the fastest, easiest, and most affordable way to manage and ship your orders. Just a few clicks and you'll be managing your orders, printing out labels, and getting your product to happy customers. ShipStation makes it easy. Look, if you're selling stuff, if you're getting rid of things, if you're moving inventory, take the pressure off your neck and use ShipStation. It works with all the major carriers, UPS, FedEx, UPS, Amazon Fulfillment. You can compare and choose the best shipping solution for you and your customer. They even offer big discounts on shipping costs. Now, any regular business can access the same shipping discounts that are usually reserved for large Fortune 500 companies. And right now, this past weekend listeners can try ShipStation. Come on, try it for free. It's free to try. For 60 days, when you use the offer code Theo, THEO. Make sure your business is ready to meet the demands of delivery culture. Support this past weekend. Get started at ShipStation.com. Just click on the microphone at the top of the homepage. That's ShipStation.com. Then enter code Theo. ShipStation.com. Make ship happen. But that seems wild because if you do you prefer that there's a waiting period? It seemed like there definitely should be because what if I'm just pissed about something?
Right.
What if I am fucking high? What if I'm coked up? What if I'm this or that?
Right.
You know,
That's
I'm all on
the
DMT
fear.
and I want to go fucking, I want
That's
to
the
go
fear
deep
from
and
it.
shoot the devil. Does California have one of the longest ones? Is 10-day one of the
I
longest
believe 10
ones?
day is the longest one. Yeah, I believe we do have the longest one. Not 100% on that, but I'm 99% sure.
Yeah, and California's a pretty liberal state, I mean, certainly Los Angeles area is. And so I was like really shocked when it was hard to get in over at you guys' place. There was just there was like a waiting period to get in,
Right.
It's just, and then they had just made a law or passed some sort of ruling that you guys weren't even going to be allowed to sell guns anymore.
Yeah, the governor, Gavin Newsom, extremely anti-gun, and the sheriff of Los Angeles County at one point both declared that gun stores should be closed down and that they're not essential. That's because they were pretty much seeing the giant rush on gun stores. However, I believe they were flooded with a bunch of lawsuits, like constitutional lawsuits, like, that's, trumping our Second Amendment right. So then they actually kind of just pulled off on it. So in some counties they have stopped them. I know the Turner's location in Oxnard, they were shut down by the police there because by the sheriff there because of their orders for their county. But LA County is not one of those counties. Surprisingly,
does it worry you like that? There's going to be a lot more guns like flooding, like even just driving around and you thinking like, oh shit, now there's a lot more fucktards with guns. Like, do you think about that at all?
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it. Not much I can do about it, man. That's always been a part of American life, man. There's always been firearms. They've always been here since the
Big Bang Theory. If you think about that, I mean, America started with world started with
chaos. Chaos,
fucking
brother.
Somebody setting it off.
100%. Yeah, it would have been God just shooting.
Yeah.
Turn turning the universe, man.
Yeah, dude. Somebody just the pin hitting the freaking
firing pin in the primer. There it is.
Boom.
After that, man, it's just chaos from there.
So you can't be shocked if somebody else wants to do it.
No. I can't.
If
be
somebody
shocked
wants
at
to
all.
big bang at somebody fucking running through the yard at night.
And if you ever shot a gun, man, I mean, a lot of people that are there anti-gun have never fired a weapon.
Yeah.
It's exhilarating. It's a lot of fun. It captures your kind of that kind of visceral need for destruction in a way.
Well, I've said this before, and you know, I had a buddy who said that he killed someone.
Yeah.
And he said that he said it was awesome.
Oh yeah.
You know? And I'm not saying I don't condone what he said. And,
Oh yeah.
And I'm not saying he should have done it or any shit like that, but he did. I trust some of his belief. You know, it's not his belief, but I trust his own evaluation of what occurred.
Oh yeah. I got a lot of buddies in the military, man,
Mm-hmm.
and they haven't seen any combat yet, and they're just training, and you know they're all a lot of them are infantrymen, and they're getting into it, you know, but they tell me about it, and they're my age, and all they want to do is go fight. All they want to do is go fight, and I mean I can't say I don't understand it. It's a people my age, young men, for the history of the human race, man, have been wanting to go to war.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something about I was talking about this last week on the podcast that there's something about us that has like a thing of like anarchy that I notice like this pandemic starts to light that fuse a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Like what if we all got to go back to the Wild West days, you know? Like what if you know suddenly like the services and the society that we're in, it starts to break down.
Yeah.
I think there are some people who not only would like to have that, a little bit of that Grand Theft Auto type of lifestyle, but then also some people who want to just be prepared for it.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't want to show up, you know, you don't want to show up really late to saving yourself, you know, and being prepared. Because once shit hits the fan, you're not going to be able to get a gun. There won't be gun stores open. You know what I'm saying? When like if things get really bad, like things aren't going to be open. It's not going to be available. And you're not going to be able to go to your neighbor like, hey, give me a gun. They're like, nah, I'm going to shoot you so I can run the building.
Yeah, I mean that's why my whole family lives on one block. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's fucking pretty savage.
It's a lot of firepower right there. Just, you know, centrally located.
Yeah.
But no, man, yeah, 100%. I mean, you have a lot of people that kind of have that hunger for chaos. You know, it's just the way it is. When you live, I mean, look at the U.S. today. It's so everything. I mean, it's so complicated. Our lives is all social media and going to work on time and all that. And I feel like people are getting kind of sick of it. And eventually, they just kind of just want that chaos to boil over, man. It just gives them a little bit time of release.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh yeah, a lot of human beings that wants some sort of chaos, and then if they don't, at least wants to be prepared for it. At least recognizes that it's in other people. I mean, even if you look back in the Bible, man, which is, you know, I mean, it's a hit or miss book, but if you like Cain and Abel, they had 4 people in the world, and one of them killed the other one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Adam, Eve, Cain, Abel. Fucking Abel killed Cain, I think, or one of them. But dude, at that point, when you think about that, there's 4 people. 4 people, dude. You think people would be excited? There's finally 4 of us, and one of them's like, nah.
One of them's just like, nah, fuck it.
Fuck,
3.
I'm killing your boy right here.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
you're like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Abel murdered Cain.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Abel fucking murdered Cain, dog. So that's when you gotta be like, damn, bro.
I read it wrong. You had it right the first time.
Cain murdered Abel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because yes, we Cain. I remember seeing those bumper stickers growing up.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, like if your brother gets out of line, yes, we Cain.
Yes, we can.
But so yeah, I just think there's something in us that makes us want to act out. And so when this shit starts to happen, you get people, it lights that fuse, it lights that limbic part of their brain that's like, how am I going to take care of myself?
Yeah.
How am I going to protect my family?
Definitely, man. And if you think about it, like what time in history in the U.S. captures people's imagination more than anything else is the Wild West.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, you're in the saloon, someone looks at your girl, you shoot them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone disagrees that you lost a poker game, shoot them.
Yeah.
You know, you see someone out there, take his stuff, kill his horse. You know what I mean?
Well, the third part I don't like as much. I don't mind
yeah.
the first. The first 2 I could definitely, I would sit on a trial for.
Right,
The
yeah.
third one, I'd be like.
Killing a horse?
The third
Can't
one,
do
I'm like,
that.
I'm not even signing up for this. This guy's guilty.
What if you're hungry, man? You gotta eat that shit.
Well, if you're hungry, man, I think if you're real hungry, dude, Look, I've told you before, I'd eat a neighbor, I'd eat somebody.
Right,
I'm not
yeah,
afraid.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I've eaten rare shit. I'll have a little more.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm not afraid to go down that, that kind of, palate path. I'm not afraid to fucking eat somebody.
You almost ate Ben, the young Viet.
Yeah, almost bit into a fucking Vietnamese guy at a damn Best Buy. And that was just when I was fasting. So I didn't that was forced starvation. This is, if you're talking about real starvation, bro.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, if shit goes weird, you're in an apartment building.
Right.
Immediately, it's like, okay, things are going to get weird quick. Like, if society started to break down, right? Nobody's been picking up trash.
No.
So you have no trash pickup, right? So everything is going to start to stink. Nobody's who knows if clean water plants and that sort of stuff are starting to work. Do you have fresh water? Do you have water at home?
Right.
So people are going to be on edge.
Oh yeah.
On edge.
Oh yeah.
So suddenly, like, shit in your apartment building is going to start to become like a little bit of, I don't think everybody's like, hey, let's be on the same team and team up together.
No. It's definitely not, man. I mean, I just came back from the Philippines, man. And over there, you can see how people are. They're really community oriented. Everyone kind of sees each other like a big family. Mm-hmm. That's the way I felt when I was over there. But over here, man, it's dog eat dog. That's how I feel. I feel like you'll have a lot of people that are trying to like work together, but Americans could be selfish. They're looking out for themselves. So.
Especially in a city. I think in a city, you're dealing with that. Like, I think if once I got out to like a more of a rural environment or something, and you have a bit of land, you have some space where you can see, okay, if there's people out on the Ponderosa or what's going on, you have animals that are around that you could trust to go out and get a little bit of light intel and show back up at the house. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, you have real...
Recon cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you,
You have a fucking cow that could recon out there and then shake that bell if shit's fucking getting wiry.
Just put a GoPro on them, man. Just tell them to come back. You watch it. Like, oh, I knew those motherfuckers were out there, man. God damn it.
But I'm saying you could send a little shepherd, you could send a little German shepherd out there, or a British shepherd or anything. You could do whatever you want, man. I'm just, it's, but I don't think I want to be the guy sitting on my porch without a weapon.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to be the guy that's unarmed in that situation, right? Yeah. I mean, without a weapon, I don't think anything's going to get that bad. Hopefully not. I mean, things are looking better already.
Right.
But if shit goes down the drain, you do not want to be the guy that's unarmed. It's like being in prison and you're not like in one of those like racial gangs yet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's like showing up in prison without a butthole.
Literally, yeah. It's like, I mean, what are you offering then?
Yeah,
if you don't got a butthole, what are you doing?
Right. Well, it's like, how are you gonna when everybody else? You don't want to be the guy without a butthole because you're not gonna fucking last very long. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys have weapons, Nick, Gianni? You guys have weapons or no?
I just bought a gun, but my older brother has a gun. My dad has like 6 guns, so.
But your dad doesn't live here, does he?
No. So
okay, so that's out of the picture. So you have one gun between you and your brother.
Gun, but I bought a shotgun and I bought a 9mm.
Okay.
There it is.
Nick?
I have no guns, but I want to, but it sounds like a hassle. I know it's not that big of a deal. You just have to go twice, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, man.
We'll help you out, brother. We got options.
Word.
Yeah. We got you, man.
And then I wonder if but at a certain point, do you worry that they would shut down the gun stores?
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I'm ready to rock and roll. So,
have you had people come to buy a weapon and you're like, and you knew that they were going to use it for a crime?
Oh yeah, I got a few good stories like that. Like sometimes you get those precarious characters in.
Oh yeah,
and they come in like, hey man, I'm looking for a like a pocket 9mm. I'm like, oh, okay. And we do sell small, concealable handguns. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, let me see that. And then they don't want to know about the specs. They don't give a shit about it. They don't care about anything about the gun. They're just like, oh, yeah, let me see that. And they kind of hold it. And then they just put it in their pocket. I'm like, hey, man, like, can you not put it in your pocket? He's just like, hey, I'm just seeing, like, if it fits. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then, like, I saw a dude one time, he put it in his pocket and he pulls it out and draws it, like, on the table, right at my chest.
Yeah.
He's just like that. And I'm just like, oh, all right. I mean, we got guns pointed at us all day over there.
Right, I pointed at you on accident a couple times, remember?
Yeah, it's okay, man. We have times where people are pointing shotguns, 12-gauge shotguns right there, eye level, like at the counter.
And the guy's like, call me the N-word. And you're like, no, I'm not doing it, dude. I'm not doing it, bro. The guy's like, pretend you work at a bank. And you're like, what do you want to do?
Oh, dude. Man, when I was like 18, I worked at Big Five, and I was there, and we sell BB guns at Big Five, BB handguns, and they look real, And I remember these two brothers came in, and they came in there, and they're looking, and they smell like weed, and they're like, oh yeah, man, I'm looking for that handgun right there. That shit look real. I'm like, okay, so I show it to him, and they're there. He's just looking at it. He's like, yeah, man, this will do the job. And I'm just like, oh, you guys, like, what are you guys doing with it? And he's just like, oh, nothing, And then, like, as a joke, he points it at his friend in his head. He yells at him, like, in the store. Everyone turns around and looks. He's like, run me them shoes, motherfucker! And he's, like, screaming at his friend. And I was like, oh, shit, man. Like, These guys are like just uses
like
BB
role
guns.
playing kind of.
Oh yeah. But they're like, oh yeah, it's a work. They bought it. It was like $90. You know.
Damn.
Fake handgun.
So yeah, you see, so there's people. So there's people coming in. If you had somebody come in and you knew, have you ever had somebody straight up tell you like, "Don't sell me a gun because I'm going to kill somebody"?
No, but I mean, we have to ask those questions. Like I asked you, Theo. Like, hey man, you ever there's 4 questions that you have to ask, and then you have the whole list. You know, and when they're filling out the paperwork and they're asking if you're a convicted felon, they're like, and like I see people like struggle on it. They're like, what if I was convicted, but it wasn't like a violent felony? And I'm just like, yeah, I can't do that. I just kind of take the paperwork.
Like
I'm like, yeah,
felony?
sorry. Like if you've been convicted of a felony, unless it's been completely like acquitted, unless you've been completely like found non-guilty of the crime, like you haven't been convicted, then if you're a convicted felon, we can't sell you a gun for the rest of your life.
Ever for the rest of your life.
Rest of your life.
Yeah.
Cannot do it.
Yeah, the test was pretty tricky. I remember. Can you bring up that test, Nick?
I could not find it.
Okay.
California FSC test. Firearm safety certificate.
How many did you get wrong, Theo? Do you remember?
I think I got 3
I
wrong.
found this on the web.
He got 3 wrong.
Me too.
27 out of 30. Yeah.
It took me longer than most people to take the test, though, I feel like.
It took you a while, man, but you're making jokes while you were doing it too, man. I remember everyone was laughing when you were taking the test because you were saying some funny shit.
Well, I was trying to sneakily get information out of people too. I was trying to start a little conversation and then see if somebody would drop a little hint of intel. Because some of the questions were a little bit tough, I felt like. It took me about 40 minutes to take it.
That's probably looking like a study guide. You can take a practice test, like California FSC practice test, and they'll have some of the questions on there. It's funny because people get the same ones wrong all the time. It's always the same questions that they get wrong.
Yeah, it was some of it was tough for me. The age at which you can buy a firearm.
Yeah, it's 21 for long guns and handguns in California. It used to be 18 for long guns, 21 for handguns. They changed that. I believe 2019, January 1st, 2019.
And here's a question right here: is it legal to store a loaded firearm in the premises where children have access to? No, it's not.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have Theo take it.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
What is not a part of a cartridge or a shotgun shell? I'm gonna go with the choke. What types of sight do the handgun shooters use? That's
a dumb question.
Yeah.
That's a really dumb question.
I would say A. All of the above, I mean D. A sale or transfer of a firearm between 2 private parties must be completed through a licensed firearms dealer only if the buyer and seller do not personally know each other. That is false. It must be completed between a licensed dealer no matter what.
Exactly.
That's the one I got wrong.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's the one most people get wrong during the FSC.
So if I want to sell a friend a gun, I want to sell Gianni or Nick a gun, I have to go through a licensed dealer.
Come by to us or any other gun store. Tell them you want to do a private party transfer. They're going to charge you a small fee. We pretty much get both you guys' information. The gun is then legally transferred over to the person that you're selling it to. The money doesn't go through us or anything like that. We just collect our small fee. Money's all handled outside of the store. Within 10 days, the buyer can come pick it up, and that's it. Just like a normal process. We just hold on to the gun for 10 days. They come pick it up.
And if I sell it to Gianni just without going through a licensed dealer, then
felony.
There's felony.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
Is that just in California or is that everywhere?
Some states do not have there's no need for a background check for private party. So I believe Texas is one of those states. I mean, you'll have like videos of people buying guns in like a McDonald's bathroom. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, let's meet up, and then they're selling a goddamn Glock 19.
Who's producing that? Why can't we do that, Nick?
Yeah.
Huh? Probably Segura in them. Generally, it is legal to carry a concealed firearm in public under which of the following circumstances? You are an experienced gun handler and know all of the safety rules. You are honorably discharged from the military. You are in an unsafe area. It is legal to carry a firearm in public under which of the following circumstances?
I'm on guard. I'm in
none of the above.
Yeah,
that's none.
I'm in Gardena, bro. I can carry a gun, man. It's cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking, man. Yeah, it's hard to get a concealed carry license in California, man. It's pretty difficult. L.A. County nearly impossible unless you know somebody.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
The first cartridge loaded into a magazine presses against the. No idea. I would go with magazine spring, but I have no idea.
Oh, it's follower, that one.
The follower?
Yeah, the follower is a little piece of plastic or metal that's in front of the magazine spring that pushes up on the cartridge. That's a dumb question. That's not even on the real FSC.
Yeah, it's not on the test.
Yeah.
But these are some of the questions that are on there. Smokeless powder, black powder, that wasn't on there.
Nah, yeah. I feel like this might be an old version of the test or something, but some of the questions are on there, but...
Yeah.
Do you see any of these that are the actual test? Because I Googled what you...
Yeah, a few of them we went through are on the actual test. The gun hand...
any of these links he's saying?
Oh, I'm not sure. Not sure. I actually, I owned about more than 10 guns without ever taking the FSC test. Because before, I mean, you can buy guns if you have a hunting license. They just played with the law a little bit now, but like you can buy long guns at 18 still now if you have a hunting license. So I was 18. I mean, I got a hunting license when I was like 12, right? But so when I turned 18 with my hunting license, I was able to buy a bunch of long guns. So that's what I did. So I never even took that test until I actually started working there.
Wow.
Yeah, no idea.
So that's just because that's a new new law. You have to take that test.
That test also, when you're 21, you can buy a handgun. And that's before, and the hunting license does not apply to handguns.
Oh, I see.
Weirdly enough, but so I had to, for me to buy a handgun, I had to take that FSC test, and then plus, I've graded 20 of them before I ever took the test.
Do you think that you could shoot somebody?
Yeah, I think I can. Yeah,
awesome, man.
I mean, I grew up hunting, man, and that's.
Where would you shoot them?
Where would I shoot somebody?
Yeah.
Well, it depends, man.
Be honest, brother.
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. If you're in a situation where you have to pull out a firearm and you're going to use it on somebody, you're shooting to kill.
Right.
You're not going to shoot him in the leg. But if you're shooting someone in the leg, you're in a situation where you have the intention to injure them, where you're trying to stop one of their behaviors by injury. Right. And especially in California and most states, when you're actually going to use a firearm on somebody and you're not law enforcement, you're pulling out that gun. That gun is coming out because your life is currently your life will be taken if you don't use this. Right. Or somebody in your house or someone, your family member, parent, stepdad. They're going to stepdad, uncle.
Or somebody.
No, you're exactly, yeah. Somebody in that house or somebody where you are is going to die or going to be grievously injured if you do not use this firearm. So if you're using that gun, you're using it to put an immediate end to the fight. And you have videos, all types of videos of people getting shot 15 times and they're still doing what they're doing because none of the shots are lethal. Well, they might be lethal eventually, but they're not immediately debilitating. Yeah. You got to turn the lights off if you're going to shoot. So you're talking here or here. That's it. That's where you would shoot.
I'd rather shoot somebody in the chest, I think, because I don't want to shoot somebody in the face, because I don't want to look at them and their faces all fucked up.
Oh, yeah. And then it's just the back end's blown out. Yeah, you don't want to see that. Yeah.
And do you have you ever seen anyone shoot somebody else?
Okay, well, not like, I've never seen like a okay, technically, yes. But not in a way where it was like a real lethal wound. I've technically been shot, right? Many times. I go hunting, right? I mostly hunt birds because Southern California is the biggest kind of hunting season there is, dove hunting. And if you're in these busy fields going dove hunting, there's people on the other side of the field and they're shooting doves, and all those pellets are flying in the air and they land on you. Like one time, my dad shot me, like pretty close. It stung like a motherfucker, but it was a shotgun shooting tiny little bird shot. But I was a good 50 yards away. So it stung like a motherfucker, but hey man, accidents happen, especially when you're, whipping birds flying around. So
especially when you're aiming at your fucking son, I bet.
Yeah, I kind of pissed him off that day, man. Yeah, so I was thinking he kind of just wanted to punish me a little bit. I was kind of at the age where he can't really smack me around anymore. Oh yeah. So he's just like, he's just like, oh, I saw a quail over there. That old I didn't see that fucking quail, but yeah, I mean.
He gets you a jacket that has 4 quails on the back of it.
Yeah, exactly, dude. No orange on me, man. He's shooting through the bush. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, it sucks, but if you go dove hunting in a busy field, you will get shot with a shotgun. Yeah. I promise you will.
I like that.
I don't have any scars from it, but technically speaking, yeah, I've been hit with a projectile from a firearm, yes.
Yeah. Do you think that a lot of the people you've been selling guns to in this recent surge of gun sales has been people that are more on the liberal side of politics?
Yeah, I would say yeah. A lot of people that I talked to were admittingly, and that's the thing, man. I'm not big on that word liberal because in the
maybe that's not the right word.
No, it's all right. Just in the classical sense, liberal means like, oh, you believe in the freedom of the individual, right, which would be pro-gun. So I mean, like
or far or left leaning. I would say leftist.
For sure, definitely a lot of that. A lot of people admittingly, and you can kind of just tell. just by the way they look and the way they act, the way they dress, you can kind of figure it out. Same thing with conservatives. You can kind of just point them out.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. But a lot of them admittingly like, I never thought I'd be buying a gun. I never thought I'd be ever doing something like this, but here I am. And a lot of them were like upset with themselves. Like a lot of times like, first time gun buyer. And I was trying to make conversation because we're doing paperwork. You excited? They're like, nope. And I'm like, why are you here, man? And they're like, I don't even want a gun, man, but I feel like I need one. Wow. And that's what a lot of people were saying. A lot of people were saying that.
Yeah, it's interesting, man, because I think it's even like how I felt a little bit. Like I felt like I wanted to kind of have one for a little bit, but this was definitely just the fear of the uncertainty of what's going to go on or what could go on.
Broke the camel's back, huh?
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, I totally understand. I resonate with that. I get it. But that was most people that were buying guns in this big surge, especially here in California. Yeah. New gun buyers. Definitely.
First time,
brand new. Never shot a gun before.
How long do you think, so this 10 days been a little long, how long do you think that this thing's gonna, you think it'll be another 10 days, do you think?
Nah, they usually clear it up within 24 to 48 hours after the 10 days.
Yeah.
But people get impatient.
Yeah.
I had people, like, when the big rush, yell at me because they didn't know it was a 10-day waiting period. So they're buying the gun. They think they can take it home the same day. And I'll sell them the gun. I'll go through the whole paperwork, and then I'll tell them, like, oh, yeah, so here's your pickup date. And they're like, what? I need to get the gun now. I'm like, yeah, well, okay, I can't do that, man. It's 10-day waiting period here in California. 10 days? Like, I had people like, there's not going to be a fucking city in 10 days, man. I need this gun right now.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I heard a few people say that.
Kind of like in Ozark. Have you watched Ozark or no?
I watched first season, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those shows that I feel like it's like good until you realize it's not any fucking good. But in the second season, they try to get a baby and they try to get it. There's like a 10-day waiting period. And the guy's like, no, we need this baby right now, dude.
What could you need a baby for an emergency, man?
Fucking it's Ozark,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
always
no.
up to some fucking.
They got to guard. I need this baby to guard my house.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
dude.
It really kind of did. It was
really.
Like, it was kind of a part of a weird trade off or some shit.
Oh yeah, I'll give you a baby if you launder this money for me, man. Like, hey man, I'll give you $1 million, but give me your fucking baby, man.
You basically just you listed all the plots.
It's like buying a tiger.
Yeah, you listed all the plots of season 2. Any other questions, guys? Something you guys are thinking about?
Are there any people recently you're like, they shouldn't have a gun, but you...
Yeah, I would say there's some people I feel like, not that they shouldn't have one, but I'm like, they should really, work on it if they're going to buy a gun. Like they should really work on their skills and their capability of manipulating the firearm before they really get this gun. So I really I always tell them, I highly recommend training, highly recommend when you get the firearm, keep the ammunition away from it and just learn how the gun works. Watch YouTube. It's a huge resource for firearms. If you watch somewhere on anything on the internet like that, you can learn a lot just from there. That's where I learned a lot of the information I have about firearms. I learned through the internet, or reading books.
Look, out the gate, I'm coming at you 100. 100. A lot of people don't have that junk in the front trunk when they want to. They can't get erection. Sometimes you'll meet a friend, they can't get erection. You say, what you doing, buddy? And they won't tell you. And that's because they have shame about erection. Well, this episode is brought to you by Blue Chew. Remember the days when you were always ready to go? When your dick was like just a big, fat, soft knife? Now you can increase your performance and get extra confidence in bed. That's right. Listen up. BlueChew.com. That's blue like the color blue. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. So don't be looking for these expensive Gucci, Louis, all of this for your wiener. Get that hard working, get that Babe Henry, that Blue Ox, Paul Bunyan. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. You just had a half a pound of ravioli, so what? Throw that dick upper on top and go to work. Since they're chewable, they work up to twice as fast as a pill. And you can lie to people, tell them you're having a gum or something. See, I'm having a gum, I'm having a gobstopper. Blue Chew is prescribed online by licensed physicians. So you don't have to go to the doctor's office or wait in line at the pharmacy and pretend you're getting something else. Oh, this is for my cousin. That ain't for you. That ain't for your cousin. That's for your wiener, boy. It ships right to your door in discreet packaging. And right now, you can support this past weekend and stay erect at the same time. I mean, who are we kidding? Great idea. We've got a special deal. Visit bluechew.com and get your first shipment for free when you use our special promo code THEO. Just pay the $5 shipping. That's right, BLUECHEW.com, promo code THEO to try it free. Blue Chew, it's the better, cheaper, faster choice. And we thank them for sponsoring the podcast, and you go out and support them. Thank you. They also have, you work at a gunsmithing place?
Yeah, I've been there longer than the gun shop. Yes,
okay.
sir.
And what is that when you talk about gunsmithing? What is that?
So gunsmithing pretty much entails repairs, modifications, custom builds. It could be even little things. Mounting a scope onto a rifle, cleaning guns. So we do all of that. I'm really I really like old guns, military surplus stuff. So whenever we get old guns in there, that's like really my thing. But
like Sea War type shit, Civil War.
Oh well, yeah, not too much Civil War. I mean, I like Confederate stuff because it's got a richer history in terms of firearm stuff. But and they had less of a manufacturing base back in the Civil War. But a lot of World War II pieces, military surplus stuff, some World War I stuff, which I really like. Just old hunting rifles that are out of production are just cool in general.
So the two guns that I got, one is a Beretta. It's a 9mm, right?
Yeah, it's a Beretta M9,
and you said it was like one of the most It was issued for law enforcement until when, 2018?
Huge in law enforcement for a long time, still is. It was issued to the military. So
okay.
U.S. Army, Marine Corps, the Navy as well, Air Force, pretty much the entire aspect of the U.S. military used the Beretta M9. First manufactured in Italy, but the one you guys made in the U.S.
Hell yeah.
That's the best way to go. All metal, all steel frame, all steel slide, single double action. Yeah, I mean it's pretty much it's the Bruce Willis of guns.
I like that, man. And single double action means that
when you pull the
trigger,
the hammer's down, it's a long, heavy trigger pull because that trigger, mechanically speaking, has to pull that hammer back and then drop it. After the gun fires and the slide works back and then forward again, that's automatically going to push the hammer to the rear. So now it's just a short, easy, light trigger pull just to drop that hammer, and that makes the gun a lot easier to shoot.
Yeah.
So
and this is really your basic man's gun.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
You get some men that come in and their arms are almost too weak to hold up a gun, and and you still have to sell them a gun.
Yeah, I mean, if they want a specific gun, then they got it. I mean, I remember I had a while ago. And for the whole rush, I had like a 85-year-old African American woman, and she was with a cane, just frail. Mm-hmm. And she came and she's like, "Young man, I'm looking for a double barrel shotgun."
Damn.
I was like, "Yeah, okay, we got double barrel shotguns." I put one in her hands, and she's like, "Oh, it's too heavy. You got something else?" Like it was like, yeah. So I actually got her a little Ruger, like a LCR. It's a polymer frame revolver, super lightweight. She was able to handle it, but there's a lot of misconceptions around guns. But most people's basis of gun knowledge is going to come from the media. It's going to come from movies, video games, TV shows, and they are notoriously bad at giving out accurate information about firearms. Notoriously bad.
Have you had people come in and say, "I want the gun that's in this game"?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. Kids that are just turning 21. What? They're like, "Hey, what's that on the wall?" I'm like, "Oh, that's a Chris Vector. It's a sweet, decked out looking little submachine gun thing. It's not an actual machine gun. It's a carbine. It's semi-automatic because we're not getting. Yeah, there you go.
That Chris Vector.
Yeah.
Let's see that
and it's like, oh yeah, man, I used to run that thing in Call of Duty, man. I used to run that thing in Modern Warfare 2.
Wow.
All types of or just like, I mean, I had a dude come in there, didn't know anything about guns. He was a rich guy, he came up in a Porsche. He was like, "I'm looking for the revolver that Dirty Harry used."
Wow.
In Dirty Harry. I'm like, all right, like the one Clint Eastwood used. And he's like, "Yeah, that's the one." I'm like, all right, it's a Smith & Wesson Model 29. And I hand it to him, but we actually had one. They still make them in commercial production. There you go, 44 Magnum. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." Didn't want to know anything about the gun, just wanted it because it was in Dirty Harry. So, yeah, that's it.
So it's just amazing to me that someone sees it in a video game or something like, "Oh, now I got to have this."
Yeah, they just want it.
Especially if it's a game from like Grand Theft Auto, 'cause you're driving around with that.
Yeah, on your lap, man, just shooting motherfuckers. Yeah, that's just how it is.
Do you have you ever sold a gun that was used in a crime or murder?
I wouldn't know. We do get like police trade-in guns, and it's not unheard of for police departments to pick up guns. This is, I mean, all around the country. They pick up guns in crimes, and then they pretty much clear the crime out, but they still have the firearm that they confiscated off somebody, and then they'll resell it at the gun stores, and the gun stores will sell it used for a cheap price. It's really, really popular. So there's plenty of guns out there that have, I'm sure they have some bodies on them. Like I got an old SKS, right? I've
seen it in I think in Call of Duty.
An SKS?
I think so.
I don't know, man. It was a rifle used in the Vietnam War a lot. The one I have was manufactured in China, but it's a cool rifle.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah, and it's an awesome rifle. It's the first gun I ever bought, man. When I turned 18, I bought that thing, and the one I got was a Vietnam bringback. So some veteran was in Vietnam, probably smoked some Vietnamese dude, had an SKS, and then took it home when he came back from the war.
Dang.
So who knows what that rifle has seen? You know, yeah. And I mean, the one I got was made in 1953, so it's definitely seen something. You know,
that was some killing years back then.
It's older than my pops. Oh yeah, man. I mean, that thing was probably like, early stage of Vietnam War. You know, and they were used fighting. I mean, there's originally a Russian gun. The gun was invented by a Russian inventor, Simonov. But then, you know how the Russians are, they're communist in the Soviet Union. So all of their designs, after they kind of were like declared antiquated, they kind of just spread it around the socialist united world. And so China pretty much got the manufacturing rights to make these, and the Chinese loved them, and they made them in the millions. There's millions of these things around the world right now. Wow. You have pictures of African tribesmen.
Yep, you see them a lot with those guns.
Extended, earlobes, the whole thing, and they're not even wearing Western clothing, and they have an old Chinese SKS over their shoulder. That's their gun.
That's wild, huh?
Crazy.
Isn't it interesting? Like, so much of that of the firearms trade that goes on, it's unbelievable.
I mean, whatever you think is going on commercially in the U.S., just think under the table internationally.
Yeah.
Insane. I mean, you have countries that you wouldn't even expect, like HK in Germany, massive firearms producer. They sold, I think like 20,000 G3 rifles to Saudi Arabia, and then all of a sudden they found a bunch of these rifles in the hands of ISIS in Syria, or they found them in these militia groups, Al-Nusra in Syria, and they have all these G3 rifles that were just sent to Saudi Arabia. So there's actually like a lot of international organizations that kind of track where these things show up. I mean, there's pictures of like the conflict in Syria, the civil war, where they're driving a Panzer IV from World War II, a German tank. It's like, where the fuck did they get that shit? That thing weighs 25 tons. Where the fuck did they get that?
Dude, there's pictures of fucking ISIS driving old Ford Tauruses as well, dude.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just saying, there's such like a secondary market that it's so funny, like how on the surface would be like, no guns, and then if you go and look at how America makes money, one of the ways is through selling firearms to different countries. It's crazy.
Firearms is a fraction of it. If you think about the military-industrial complex, we're talking weapon systems. I mean, fighter jets, missiles. Things that one single F-35, right, a Lightning II, that are pretty much our newest fifth-generation multi-role jet. I mean, they're worth fucking billions of dollars. Just the whole program itself, and they're sent and they're sold to all these countries in NATO, and I mean, all these weapon systems just end up in the hands of all types of people. It's the weapons trade, not just small arms, not just machine guns and rifles,
software
and pistols.
too, even.
Everything. Intercontinental ballistic missiles, old submarines, ships, everything. The defense industry internationally and even under the table is fucking monumental. Monumental.
Crazy, huh?
Do you think any guns are unnecessary, like for normal people to have, or are you just like, I think everybody should have everything? Everyone should be a right. What do you think?
Yeah, that's tough. Like you have. In certain states and stuff, given certain licensing, which apparently isn't terribly hard to get, you can get like an old Soviet artillery gun. And there's private owners that own tanks with live guns in them, 75 millimeter cannons, machine guns. I don't think anyone should be barred from owning those things, but I understand the licensing required to have something destructive. That's what the ATF calls certain things, there's destructive devices, quote unquote. And these firearms, I mean, not even firearms, but you have weapons that are devastating. And I can understand the logic of like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't give, like inner city crime gangs RPGs, right?
Right.
However, I think if you're if you're a law-abiding owner and you can use those things responsibly, I don't think there should be limitations on what you can get, especially because it's a slippery slope. I mean, you can see it here in California.
Right, but then also, like, imagine if the guy who, like, shoots up the Las Vegas,
right,
if that guy had an RPG, it'd be insane.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I suppose. I mean, it would fire a rocket, right? I mean, he did plenty of damage with a AR-15 anyway. Well, supposedly an AR-15. Who knows? I don't know what he used. I think a lot of AR-15s is what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand the logic. I don't necessarily agree with it. It's kind of tricky. It's just really tricky. I don't know how I feel about it.
Because so in addition to the Beretta, what is the other piece of gun that I bought?
You bought an AR-15 lower receiver.
Yep.
So what I mentioned earlier is that
That's
the only
motherfuckers, bro, Johnny little bastard.
The only serialized part of that, yeah, there you go. That's called a stripped lower.
That's what I got.
So that's considered a firearm. It's a piece of aluminum with holes in it. Okay, that's a gun. That's a gun.
Right, that's considered a gun. So I had to buy this piece in order to be able to have this.
Yeah, and the one you got costed you about $40.
And then now I can have the rest of it built.
All the other parts, trigger, internal parts, kits, trigger group, buffer tube, the upper receiver, the barrel, everything you need on that gun, you can order it online and have it delivered to your house. Given you have a little bit of know-how and some simple tools, we'll throw it together for you, and you'll have an AR-15. It's not like a loophole.
And what can I do with an AR-15?
Shoot stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, they're fucking sick, man. They're AR-15s are probably the coolest rifles you can get your hands on, in my opinion, in the United States. They're kind of like it's like the Ford F-150 of guns. Everyone's got one, right? Especially in the country, but
except for Nick.
Yeah, man, they're the most popular rifle in the United States. Semi-automatic, shoots a very controllable, easy to use cartridge. AR-15s have been used.
How many shoots can I do at once with this?
Depends on the size of the magazine you have inside of the gun, but swapping a magazine is not very hard. So a standard capacity magazine throughout the country is 30 rounds. That's what like the military uses on their ARs. California, the limit's 10 rounds per magazine. But I mean, they make 60 round drum magazines, 100 round drum magazines for them.
I'll probably stick with 30 or 60.
Right. Well, you'll get 10.
Yeah, I'll do 10.
Yeah. California, man.
Yeah, California is.
Yeah, so you got 10.
Yeah.
Same thing in your pistol. Your pistol's supposed to hold, 15 rounds in the magazine?
California, you get 10.
10.
That's the rule.
That's the rule. 10 rounds limit for whatever gun in California.
I like that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If you can't get it done in 10, you deserve to die, I think.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying, though? Like, if you can't get it done in 10 shots, you fucking, you know what I'm saying? You fucking shot the guy's wife. You fucking killed 2 animals. You fucking blew out your fucking bedroom wall.
Never knocked out every street light on your block, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, you need to go. You're really the...
At that point, it's your turn.
Yeah. You're the one really causing the most trouble at that point.
Right. I just don't like it because I don't like the government telling me how many rounds they think is enough.
Right.
The police officers don't need to follow that rule. The military doesn't have to. I mean, I can go to Nevada. You drive 5 hours away, and they're 200 round belt fed fucking machine guns over there.
You can have that there.
Yeah, I mean, with a machine gun, given the licensing.
Wow.
Yeah, but the magazine capacity is not limited in most states. I believe California, Massachusetts, New York, a few other states have magazine capacity limits. Colorado, I think too.
See, it's funny because I believe that some semi-automatic weapons people shouldn't have. I believe that people shouldn't be able to just rattle off 700 rounds.
Right.
But then here I am buying a semi-automatic weapon.
You're buying 2 semi-automatic weapons.
Yeah, 2.
And one's a quite capable rifle, and the other one's a very well loved and well used semi-automatic pistol.
Jesus Christ, I mean, dude.
Nah, man, they're cool, man. I mean, once they're all done, I'm taking you out and we're going to the range.
All right, man.
Take you guys too, man. It'll be a good time.
I just don't want to fucking shoot somebody or myself, dude.
Nah, man, come on, dude. We're not gonna shoot anybody. We'll be fine.
Well, no, are you going a separate day than Theo?
Oh yeah, no, we'll go the next day, man. Don't worry. We'll leave Theo out there. We'll just get him the next day, man. He'll be fine. Don't worry.
Do you have a feeling in your life that you'll ever shoot someone?
I pray to God that I fucking don't. Do I have a feeling I would? I don't think
really,
so.
what does your gut tell you?
What does my gut tell me that I might? Damn, man. Well, I would say... Oh, fuck, that's tricky. Given the situation now, I would say it's not terribly unlikely. I knew this old dude, and he shot some people that broke into his house, and he was telling me about it. He said it was fucking terrible, but I really hope I don't want to, but No, I don't think I will, man. I don't think I live in a fairly secure complex. I don't think anyone's. The only situation I see myself doing that is like someone trying to kill me in my house, and that's pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
So I don't think so. But I mean, I like guns I like recreational shooting. Like that's one of my favorite hobbies in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I go hunting. I love it, man. I love it. I shoot archery too. It's awesome. But
yeah, I want to get into some more of these types of things. You know, that's why I'm excited to get out to the range. I mean, I did notice immediately whenever you started to teach me, even in the store, about how to load the gun, unload the gun, like the steps to go through. By the end of that, I felt 5 times more confident, even just picking the gun up, and like I just felt a lot more like, okay, now I have some education that goes along with this thing. It's not just a errant thing that could just kill me at any moment. Like now I understand, okay, this is how it behaves. This is how I need to use it. These are the protocols I need to go through.
Exactly.
So it was really interesting to me just to notice how immediately when I had that education, it really adjusted the way that that the gun felt to me.
It makes a world of difference, man. People talk about accidental shootings and then how dangerous guns can be in the home. But if you have the experience and the knowledge and the know-how and the confidence to utilize that firearm confidently, there's no chance of it injuring you or anyone else. Because if you followed all the proper protocols, it's an inanimate object just like anything else. It's gonna hurt you as much as this glass bottle will. It makes no difference. It's just an object. The only thing that gives it the capability of being lethal is somebody either making a mistake or someone using it with malintention. That's it.
Do you feel like if as the fear of the pandemic and stuff goes away, that you'll see a resurgence of people selling their guns back?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of people are just buying them and they don't know what the hell they're going to do with them. And I think as soon as they have the opportunity to get rid of it, I think the used gun market after all this is over is going to be booming. So. And
where does the used gun market send guns to? So gun stores.
Gun stores. Oh, they'll sell it. I mean, there's a lot of forums online where they're, oh, hey, I'm selling this gun. We'll do a private party. Meet at this gun store. They do the private party, and that's it. A lot of times people are like, hey, I just want to get rid of the gun. I don't care about finding someone willing to buy it. So they sell it to gun stores, and then the gun stores will resell them for profit.
Have you ever sold a gun to a guy with like teardrop tattoos by his eye or no?
Yep. I have, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if they pass the background check, who am I to say that they can't own the gun?
Right.
Bottom
you don't
line.
really have that jurisdiction.
No, I don't. Well, I have the ability to choose who I sell a gun to.
Right.
I can say, no, I'm not going to sell you a gun. But, I mean, I'm not trying to cause those issues. I'm not going to try to be stuck up. And that kind of ability, that kind of mindset can lead to people being, using that to pretty much be racist or something, right? If they see someone, let's say I don't like Asian people, right? Oh, I'm not going to sell any Asian people a gun. That's crazy, man.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's
if they have the ability to buy a gun legally,
right,
who
that's
am I
not
to
your
say?
responsibility.
Hell no.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah. You're just working at a place that sells guns.
Yeah.
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 But like you said, I mean, if somebody's high, you cannot sell them a gun.
Yeah, that comes down to the law. If I can literally smell marijuana, I can get in trouble for selling them or even serving them or even putting a gun in their hands if they smell like marijuana, which I think is crazy, but that's just the rules.
Have you ever had a person where you're like, you had to ask them, like, are you planning on killing somebody with this gun?
Nah, I never had to do that.
Would you do it if you felt compelled to do it?
Oh yeah. I'm pretty outspoken at the store. You have a lot of people that are kind of shy that work there, but yeah, I mean, I like to crack jokes there and stuff. It's a gun store, man. Like, how seriously can you take your job? I'm having a good time. So yeah, I've said
awesome
some
in
funny
there.
stuff.
I felt way more machismo once I got in there. They got all kind of stuff. Little buckets you could sit on. They got those all type of fishing stuff, nets you could catch stuff. They had gloves for all type of different things you could do with gloves.
I mean, we have a whole fishing
Guns.
section.
It was
all
good.
types of fun stuff. Yeah, you ever been to Bass Pro Shops?
Yeah.
That's the Mecca right there, man. That's the fucking place,
they're
dude.
nice. Yeah, they're real nice.
You can do whatever you want there,
fellas.
I'm good.
Gianni wants to talk. I know Gianni.
No, I just have one more. This might be a crazy question. But has anyone ever tried to rob your store, or have you ever heard of anyone trying to rob a gun store?
I've asked that question to my manager, and apparently our location was robbed a long time ago. Due to just like there's a lot of gun stores, especially more like not family oriented, but like smaller businesses where the people in there are armed, and most of those places don't get hit. Turner's is a corporation, and due to, I guess, insurance purposes, they don't want us to be armed. So we're not armed in the store.
Wow, that was going to be my last question.
Yeah, well, we're not armed in the store at all over there. So
how quickly could you reach for an arm, though?
We can get a gun, but I mean, we don't have loaded magazines or ammunition on us, nor would we terribly be inclined to retaliate, considering if someone's in there ready to rob a gun store, they probably don't give a fuck, and they probably got guns ready to rock and roll. So if we're in a position where we're already at a deficit just due to the fact that we don't have loaded weapons on us, retaliation is probably not the best idea.
What would you do then?
Run. Get the fuck out of there.
Well, why would someone rob a gun store for a gun if they have a gun?
They have a gun, but then they can just go in there and steal 100 guns.
More guns.
Yeah, they fucking break in the glass, and if they steal a bunch of guns, then fuck, man. That's a lot of money.
Is there a method of that micro-stamping you think that could work? Because some of it does seem a little bit archaic when you think about it, that you have this gun, you have this bullet, that there isn't a way to definitely track and know what's going on, just because we have so much technology now.
Right. I can see micro-stamping maybe working in the way where you'll have the ability to track the gun. However, practically speaking, that would significantly increase the price of the firearm.
Right.
Okay. And it's very easily worked around. It's really easy to scratch out the serial number of a gun. Right. It's really easy to scratch out something like micro-stamping. Just go with a
right. Yeah. And it even says that the micro-stamping wears out. That it's not.
It just wears out with use.
Right.
So imagine if I intentionally try to get rid of it. Or if I just replace the part that has the micro-stamping on it. Right. Just buy a replacement firing pin.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what the technology is that will
allow you to.
Yeah, that will solve the problem. That will get it done.
Yeah.
Micro-stamping seems like it's like an attempt at that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. Do you feel like everyone should be able to own a gun?
Yeah, unless you're mentally incompetent or a hardened criminal, I would say yes. I would say, yeah, everyone should have the ability to, unless you're, just completely irresponsible. Yeah, it's. I don't necessarily see it as a right that's given to us. It's a right that a human being should have inherently. I'm not a religious guy. People say like, oh, these rights are God given.
Right.
I'm not religious at all, but I feel like, I believe people.
Yeah, God never had a gun, really.
Yeah, I feel like people should have inherent rights, man. Like if you're just a human being, you have you have freedom of speech. You're allowed to express yourself, right?
Right.
You're allowed to vote politically. You're allowed to, not be enslaved, right? You're just a free human being. You should be able to have a tool to protect your life and the life of people around you.
Yeah.
So I think unless you're completely mentally incompetent or a hardened, dangerous criminal, then yeah, everyone should have the right to own a gun.
We have a world that has guns in it. Mm-hmm. Do you wish that we had a world that somebody had just never invented guns?
And since I like guns so much, no.
Yeah.
However, admittingly, things would be, I would say, less lethal if there was no guns. But for a much longer period than guns have ever existed, there's still been massive war and conflict coming out to the classical era.
Oh, people love killing each other.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if you got a gun or not.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. People, they would ride horses with, lances on them and go and stab people to death.
Yeah.
Thousands would die in single battles. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, people love to kill each other. They have, even the mayor of Baltimore announced that had to ask people to stop killing each other so they could save the hospitals for COVID patients, for COVID.
Yeah. Just please stop shooting people.
Yeah. That's really what he said. So yeah, people love to, Baltimore mayor begs residents to stop shooting each other so hospital beds can be used for coronavirus patients. So, that's real shit.
I also think it was, who came out, I think it was the mayor of Dallas. He was saying that, like criminals, chill. Criminals take it easy because, we all just want to go home at the end of the day. So just relax for now. I thought it was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, just take a break, criminals. Actually, before this, I was having Easter brunch with a friend of mine. His stepfather is a California highway patrolman. He's been at this for 30 years.
Yeah.
Brendan's stepdad, actually. And he was telling me that crime is down except for auto theft. Auto theft is the only crime that's up.
That makes sense. A lot more cars just parked now.
Yeah.
Yeah, ready to go.
And I guess if you're a burglar, you got to do something. You still got to work, and you do. Now you
still need money, man. If you're living that life,
you got to get out there.
Yeah, for
well,
sure.
man, it was interesting. Yeah, I just found it so interesting, Nico, that because I came in and you just knew so much about weapons, and I was like, man, this is kind of fascinating. And I was like everything. I was excited to be buying a gun. I was scared to be buying a gun, kind of.
Yeah.
I was kind of glad I finally felt like at least confident and adult enough within myself to be like, okay, I can have a gun in my house,
right?
And I'm not gonna shoot a buddy or something for fun. You do anything crazy, So yeah, and then you said, man, there's just so many people buying guns right now, and it was just really interesting to me. Yeah. In a state that, a lot of times you hear a lot of people like no guns. Yeah. And then this type of we get into this core of it and everybody's gunning out.
Oh yeah. I mean, just the numbers are mind blowing. There's gonna be a lot more guns out there.
Yeah.
Just get ready for it. Bottom line.
Do you sell a lot of Kevlar and stuff like that with them or often or no?
No, we don't sell any body armor there. We do have like some plate carriers that we sell there that allow you to insert like plate armor inside of the vest, but we're not a armor retailer. I don't really know if that's up for private sale in California. I'm not entirely sure. But
and what about flares, nades, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I wish we sold grenades, man. That'd be sick, but no, we don't. Explosives, not gonna happen. That'd be sweet though, man. We actually talked about grenades when you came in. I remember that. That was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, we did, man.
No flares. Oh yeah, grenades. Grenades are cool, man. I was in Cambodia, and I was with my cousin.
Oh, you could throw a fucking grenade over there. I bet.
Oh yeah. They had like they were advertising, man. We were in this little tiny village called Koh Kong. It's on this river by the Thai border. And they were there, and they guys were asking us like, "Oh yeah," but they saw our backpacks. Some kind of like military style backpacks. No one's in the military who I'm with, but they were like, "Oh yeah, you like guns? You like guns?" And we're like, "Yeah, we like guns." And they're like, "You go, like, come on, we have machine gun, we have RPG." And I'm like, "Let's go shoot." And we didn't end up doing it. I kind of regret that. I kind of wish that we did. But they were like, "Oh yeah, you can throw grenades and everything."
Damn.
Yeah. But dude, Cambodia had a massive, genocide. They had a civil war.
Oh, so there's guns. Yeah, shit's just sitting around.
Yeah, they got it everywhere, man.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Cambos will fucking shoot anything, dude.
Oh,
how about this, bro? You pull up grenade detonation on YouTube. People are shocked always when they see this. People think nades go big. They really don't go that big. Yeah. A basic nade don't really fucking do that much.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, man. It's just really a pop, man. Like a lot of people see grenades in movies. They see an action movie and they throw a grenade. It's a giant fireball, man. It just blows up. But it's really a pretty small amount of explosives.
Not that one. That one takes too long. I've watched that one before.
They're not terribly lethal. I mean, well, they're very lethal, but they're not like massive explosions.
Hand grenade compilation?
Okay, let's try that.
Yeah, check it out. That's some Kurdistan shit, man.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, you got to throw it further than that. They do it through 4 feet. What a freak.
That guy sucks, man. There's Cambodia for you, man.
So we have to run back.
Wow.
That's cool.
It used to be 8 seconds on a grenade. I believe now it's 4 seconds.
Oh, yeah? Did they?
Because people, it was too much time. Yeah. The early ones. I want to say it was during like the French War or something.
They would throw them back, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting how they could make it, like the time like that. Like, how do they even build that? I don't understand.
Yeah, it is really interesting. Once you pull that pin.
Yeah. The first really widespread use grenades.
Here's a guy, fucking white dude using it. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good, man.
Is that Danny McBride?
That's what it would have. Those guys are probably in Cambodia, man.
That guy threw it left-handed. He's obviously right-handed. Do not do that. That bitch. But look how small that is. It's really smaller than you think.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just a little blip.
Yeah, but in terms of the timing, like the first grenades that were really used widely was in World War I, man. It was called the Mills bomb. The British used them. And they had an internal fuse that would kind of burn inside the grenade, and that would make it go off. So you would pull the pin, a safety pin, and then you would throw it, and there's like a little hinge, right? That's how most grenades use.
What is it called? Let's look it up.
A Mills bomb.
Mills bomb?
Yeah. It was like the first like widely used grenade in combat. I mean, there's earlier examples of like more primitive grenades, but the first like widely produced and issued grenade in World War I.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, Mills bomb.
That's that old school hitter, Daddy.
Oh yeah,
that 36-meter Mills bomb right there.
There it is.
And
man.
so then all those pieces would. So how does this one work?
Yeah, so there's you'd pull that pin, and then there's actually a little striker after you pull the pin and you let go of the grenade, and that would allow like a spring-loaded striker to hit a fuse, and that fuse would burn for approximately 5 seconds, and after that it would just go off. There's a little bit of high explosive in there, and then pretty much how they cut those shapes into the actual body of the grenade, the explosive power would break the grenade fragments on those cuts, and that would be your fragmentation. Early grenades were really used more for taking enemy positions than they were for really like outright killing them. So they would throw them. They weren't terribly lethal in terms of fragmentation. They would just throw them, especially inside of bunkers in World War I down in the trenches. Everyone would be dazed and confused because of the grenade that went off, blowing everyone's ears out and making them blind. And they would run in there with bayonets and really finish the job. That was really how it was done back in the day.
Nade City, dog. So I'm telling you guys, keep your shit together, dog. Y'all get naded out.
And in World War I, man, they had German stormtroopers when they were attacking enemy trenches.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times they wouldn't even go in with a rifle when they were attacking enemy position. They had these giant sacks that they would tie up to their shoulders, and they would just be full of grenades. They would have 12 grenades on them, and then like a club. So they would go in there at night raiding trenches, throw 12 grenades, and then after all the grenades go off, they'll run in there with a club and start beating people to death. Yeah, it was crazy. Crazy.
Man, it sounds like that movie Black.
Hawk Down.
No.
Sheep.
Black. No.
Mirror.
No.
Delilah.
Black Swan. No.
Oh.
Black with the big fish in San Diego. What's that called?
Blackfish.
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 Nico, man, thanks so much. Any more questions, guys?
I think that's it.
Yeah, man. It looks like we're in an environment where a lot of people are getting armed.
Yeah. Hey, man. Firearms, man, they're a good way to go. It's a great hobby. It's a great way to protect your life, man. And as long as you use them safely, they're really just a lot of fun. So,
do you think I could be a safe user of firearms?
I wouldn't sell it to you if I didn't think you would, man.
Right on, man.
To be perfectly honest with you, man.
Cool. Respect. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
dude.
of course, yeah.
Good to know I can do that. And all right, thank you so much for being here, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Oh, wait, one more thing I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
So there was a video you were showing me of what other type of like hunting and outdoor activities do you like to do?
Well, here in LA, man, I do a lot of the season just ended, but I do a lot of scuba diving. That's something I'm really into. So my cousin and I and my dad and my uncle will go out. So we got a lot of scuba gear, and we'll go down and in different spots around like pretty much the west side out in the ocean, and we go either out in a little boat or we go out there late at night, kind of Navy SEAL style, and we go there and pick out lobster. So we go out there with a lobster bag, we wear Kevlar gloves, flashlight, and you're there, and they come out at night to feed and breed.
Where are you at? Where are you located at here?
Right now? Where I live?
When you do it? No, when you do this.
Oh, Palos Verdes, around the marina, Redondo, up in Malibu, just pretty much the whole bay. And then you go out there late at night, and underwater it's completely pitch black down there. So all the lobsters coming out, and we have bright flashlights. We're all, we're fully scubaed out. So we're about, 30, 40 feet underwater by the rocks, sometimes even shallower. And then you grab these big bugs, man, and they're trying to fight you, and they start grabbing and kicking, and then you stuff them in a bag. And you fill up the bag, the limit's 7 per day. So we'll fill them up and then bring it back up. And we have some good cookouts. We also go I do a little bit of fishing. Out in like a few rivers, we go crawfishing. It's a lot of fun. So it's similar to lobster. You just get a lot more of them, and they're smaller. And other than that, do hunting, and that's a lot of fun. Mostly birds, but do some deer hunting too. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
man.
that lobstering's so interesting, man.
Dude,
go out there at night.
Oh yeah, it's pitch fucking dark, dude. The first time I did it, I was freaking out. I was like, damn, you're down there with these ancient fucking crustaceans. These things have been on this planet way longer than we have.
Yeah.
And they're not used to motherfuckers going down there with scuba tanks and a 1,000 lumen flashlight, and they freak out, and you grab them up and you put them in a bag, man.
Do you use a weapon or anything? You just grab them with your hand?
Grab them with your hands, man. Kevlar gloves, you just grab them. Here, they're California spiny lobsters, so they don't have claws like they do on the East Coast. They're just covered in spikes. Okay. So if you grab them with just your hands, they'll cut you up.
Oh, Jesus.
So you grab with a Kevlar glove, so you stuff them in a bag.
Fuck yeah.
And they'll squeeze onto your hand real tight. They're actually surprisingly pretty strong, but And if you get a big one, you know, you got to go 2 hands. So you grab 2 hands and you have to pretty much hold it onto your chest because they're trying to kick away from you.
Like a baby almost.
Yeah, and then your dive buddy pretty much has to come and like help him get it off and get into the bag. And it's crazy, man. If you land a big lobster, man, it's fucking wild. There's a lot of food there, man. So I've gotten a lot of lobster this year.
Sounds good, huh?
Oh yeah, and then you cook them up, man. I cook them up Aussie style. I throw them on the grill, just butter and seasoning, man. It's fucking good.
Get Gianni's little soft ass out there to catch one or ride one even.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are down to come out in cold water, man, yeah, we'll get some lobsters. We'll get some bugs out there.
Gianni get out there and ride a lobster around.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, well, other than that, diving, man, I mean, I was diving in the Philippines, saw a whale shark. I mean, I did another dive around a bunch of sardines. So I love diving, man. That's another like big hobby of mine, man. I love scuba diving.
Yeah, I got to get more of that outdoor motif going on. I used to have it when I was young because we spent so much time outdoors, but you know, the city will really change you.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, it kind of kills your soul a little bit.
Yeah,
100%.
Oh definitely, man.
Yeah.
Well, now I can kill other people's souls because I have 2 fucking guns, bro.
Yeah,
That's all
there
I'm
you go.
saying,
Now you
son.
can fucking take souls